live.
We are live. We put on the non sunglasses real quick.
Oh yeah, this is some lore right here. They saw you without the glasses
Yeah.
on.
They technically did on Screen Tongue 60 when I was juggling. I haven't uploaded it yet though.
What color are Norby's eyes?
Oh yeah, in the chat, let us know.
Yeah, if there's anybody there. Oh, okay. So this is Screen Tongue 19. 19. One more to 20.
Wait, are we live right now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it didn't feel like it.
It never feels like it. Yeah.
Oh shit, we're live.
There's gonna be like the iCarly in 5. 4.
Yeah, that's what Johnny does. Johnny would like I remember like the first few ones he would count down from 10, and it just got so ridiculous.
That's kind of funny. Actually.
Now he just counts down from 3. Sometimes he just doesn't tell us, and we'll be like talking about something kind of fucked up.
That's the best.
Yeah, it is. We get some good snippets in there. Okay, so Screen Tongue 19. What have you guys watched? I know I talked to Elijah recently, and he was like, "I need to stop watching stuff. It just."
Or well,
I feel like I'm not getting into movies.
I took a break, kind of. So I didn't. I only watched the movies for the podcast this time. Just like relax a little bit. You know?
Yeah, I feel that.
That's where I've been at too, to be honest. I did watch one movie last weekend though. It's called Samsara.
Oh, it's a documentary, right?
Kind of.
Kinda.
But I guess kinda more artistic, or like there's not a narrative, or like there's not a true subject. The subject is like the earth and like and what inhabits it, kind of.
I know after I saw Koyaanisqatsi, I like rated it on IMDb, and like a week or so later, Samsara got recommended to me. So,
but yeah, it's pretty cool because it really is just like 2 hours of like beautiful shots. But I was telling Norby about this.
Yeah.
Like it's a cool like exercise in like editing too, because like what like makes the movie stand out besides just like showing cool things for a long ass time is the sequence in which they show them. Because like they'll go from like an image of like a cow to a meat factory to a McDonald's to an obese person to like open heart surgery over the course of like 15 minutes, you know. It's like just like long shots, like kind of like still lifes, you know. But it was really cool. It was really fucking cool because like I don't know, maybe I was just really stoned watching it, but like it makes you think about things too, because like at least for me, like sometimes like comparatively like 100 years, the way of life back then is so different than it was now. But then you watch Samsara and like it'll show you places that have been around for thousands of years, and you're like, dang, imagine what life was like 1,000 years ago, you know. And so that was cool to think about. And honestly, I'm really sometimes I watch I don't know if you guys ever watch stuff, you're just glad it got made, you know. Like I'm glad someone made this and put it out there, because like it just shows you movies can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
is there any narration, any dialogue, or anything?
Fuck no, I tell you, it's just images.
When did it come out?
There's music, yeah.
When did it come out?
2009.
Okay.
Okay.
Good, gotcha. Not too old.
Does the music try to match to the images, or is it just kind of? It's not like a Koyaanisqatsi thing.
I haven't seen Koyaanisqatsi, so I can't speak on that. But yeah, but not like the music's not like the focal point. You know?
Okay, all right.
But it definitely does kind of like change its timbre depending on what's being showed. What about you guys?
Oh, yeah, by the way, this is John.
Oh yeah,
this is our guest.
What's
yeah.
going on, film fans? We'd like to welcome a special guest, film fan, backwood enthusiast.
Been following the Backcountry Instagram pretty well. I don't want to say religiously, but like you liked a lot of the posts for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Bass player.
Bass player.
You hear that, fans? You send enough support, you'll be in the seat right here. Okay.
Amen. Yeah, I was hoping Anthony would give me an introduction because I remember he gave me an introduction. I think either the first time we watched a movie all together, or it was here, and I was like, wow, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I'm John Wary. Because usually I'll just say, yeah, I'm John Wary,
Mm.
and that's it. Leave it open to interpretation.
Did you give him a introduction on Kareem's set?
I probably did. I probably did when you were on my set too, just to everybody.
Maybe. I don't know. It wasn't as impactful as this is John Wary. He's a bassist, a director, or something. Something where
animator.
I was like,
He-
Multimedia artist.
Mhm.
An auteur.
Auteur.
And it was like, wow.
Oh yeah, do you have like?
Humbling.
Do you want to plug your YouTube channel or your Instagram? Or
I'll
just
plug
wanna-
the Insta. The YouTube
Insta, okay,
is
okay.
still in progress.
Gotcha.
It's Cherry with a W, all in one word.
Yeah, no spaces.
Because my last name's Wary, and so that's like the word cherry, but with a W. So yeah. A film that I watched recently that I told Elijah about was Tarkovsky's Solaris.
Solaris.
Damn.
Yeah. Because my mom's like, I hate American movies. Or, well, she's not exactly like that, but she's getting there, where she's like, I'm tired of this American shit.
And so you're like,
She's
wait till
Russian.
you see something even more boring.
She was the one who said, you need to watch Tarkovsky, because that's some Russian media. And I'm like, okay.
Wait till you see Andrei Rublev.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it was boring, but it also made me think a lot. Like, it made me think about.
Oh, Waffen Cedar said Solaris is great.
Yeah, I
Solaris
like,
is a really
okay.
good
So
movie.
it's a masterpiece, but like it's my least favorite Tarkovsky movie. I feel like it encapsulates like all of what makes Tarkovsky great, but it doesn't like that's the baseline of like when you go into Tarkovsky film. You know, you get long shots, you have like esoteric dialogue, and you have like a pretty cool like premise on paper, but it's explored in a very like roundabout way. And Solaris has that, but it doesn't elevate itself above that, which I think things like The Mirror
Mm.
or like Andrei Rublev,
Stalker.
Stalker.
Stalker's
Waffen
really
Cedar
good.
just said Stalker's good too.
Stalker's awesome.
Yeah.
Waffen Cedar's he's been editing these like Adult Swim type like bumpers.
Oh,
They're actually pretty good. He's been
he's-
editing on Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci, yeah.
Waffen Cedar, how do you like editing on Da Vinci? Because I'm not the biggest fan.
Me neither.
What's your workflow like, bro?
Yeah, send those edits to me if you're listening. I'd really like to watch them.
Please.
Again. He just put them on his Instagram story, and I was like, these are pretty good. He's like, yeah, I edited them. I was like, these are good. Keep doing it.
Waffen Cedar, when are you gonna come on? Give us your schedule.
He came on Wizard
No fucking
fucking
way.
in the summer. Yeah, he was like, oh, I'm coming down to Utah. We could just swing by Vegas like super quick. And I was like, yeah, do you want to be on a podcast? He's like, for sure, dude. And he came down and he showed us his gun and his truck and stuff. And dude, I got stoned with him.
shit.
It was crazy. Never thought I'd
Oh,
get
shit.
stoned with like a fan.
With
Weird.
the
Yeah.
Oh, he's saying stuff.
Crazy. He said, this is my first time using it. I don't really have much of a workflow. Yeah, he says he's kind of a newbie.
That's alright. That's
Yeah.
cool. You got your foot in the door.
Yeah, man.
More respect to you. You're not just a film fan anymore. You're a filmmaker. Don't forget it. Tell everyone
Real.
around you.
Real. Wait. He actually makes the Adult Swim.
No, it's just like in that style.
Okay. Anyways, if he's doing something
You
that
ain't gotta be
looks like
paid to
Adult
be a
Swim-
filmmaker.
If he's doing stuff that looks like Adult Swim, that's cool as shit.
They're pretty. I like them. They're really simple, but they're like good vision.
Mm-hmm,
All right, I gotta check them out now.
Yeah.
It's-
Send them to us, Waffen Cedar. I don't really have. Yeah. Okay.
What were you gonna say about Solaris?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, so it was a boring movie. I think 3 hours or 2 and
166 minutes.
I don't even want to calculate that. But it made me think a lot just about insanity, going insane, because these guys are in like a spaceship something thing where they're sort of going insane. I don't know. There was this great line, and he said, oh, damn. It was something great that I had to write down. It was something like, this is not insanity, this is consciousness. Or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that's some psychedelic shit. I'm like, wow.
Do you guys
cool.
know like the story of like what drove Tarkovsky to make Solaris?
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Well, he saw 2001, and he hated it so much that he's like, "Fuck, I'm making my own sci-fi
Those are
movie."
great reasons to make something.
And that's why he made Solaris, because I guess he just like he had a visceral reaction to 2001.
But he had no colorful scene.
No, he's not making his 2001. He's like,
Had no colorful, had no trip scene.
Because that was my favorite part about it. I fell asleep during it, and then I woke
that's
up.
probably why
during the
he
rainbow
probably
scene.
hated that part. That's why he left it out.
I guess so.
And then he put in like the 2-minute shot of like
The ocean?
The ocean.
Yeah.
The ocean shots are cool as fuck, though.
They are. I guess when you compare 2001 or like Kubrick and Tarkovsky though, I think the difference is that like 2001, I feel like its thesis is like kind of like the triumph of man, and like innovation through that. Whereas like Tarkovsky seems to be much more interested in like something outside of man being able to help us ascend. You know, either whether it be spirituality or magic or like some sort of like science fiction. Which is interesting when you start to talk about like the true titans out there.
How many movies did he make?
7.
It'd be cool to do a
7.
Tarkovsky episode.
We should definitely do a Tarkovsky.
Because like I haven't watched any of them.
Really?
I think might as well just like crack them all out in one go.
Yeah.
I also forgot that I watched Interstellar.
Oh,
Maybe like right before.
Don't say Interstellar on
that's
Anthony.
That's an interesting double feature though, because like you can definitely see, I would say even more than 2001, Solaris's impact on Interstellar. Like same thing with like those ocean shots, and then you have the shots of like the planet and shit like that. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think about Interstellar?
I sort of liked it because I was like, at first I was like, yeah, this is just another little shitty space movie that's modern. But then when like it got to the books and stuff, and when it's like really weird and stupid, I'm like, I actually kind of like this because it's like the rainbow scene from 2001, but modern. His own little take. He chose to take the sci-fi and then just twist it. And I feel like if you're gonna do a sci-fi movie now and you want it to be special, then you just try to add some magic into it. You add the rainbow, you add the books, you add something that makes it more than space. And then it's a fun little, okay, this is stupid. But it's not Gravity. I remember watching that.
It's not Gravity.
You don't like Gravity?
I have no idea because I watched it I watched it in 4th grade and I thought it was cool. But then I kind of started thinking about it more as I got older. And I was like, yeah, this is kind of dumb.
Are you a fan of Alfonso Cuarón?
I don't know who that is.
It's director of Gravity. He did Y Tu Mama Tambien. You probably know him. He did the Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban.
Children of Men.
Okay.
Children of Men.
Oh,
Roma.
okay. Cool.
He did Roma.
Yeah. Do you like? Have you seen Roma?
I have, yeah.
What do you think of Roma?
There were parts that I really enjoyed. I like the shots a lot.
Mm-hmm. He shot it too.
Did he shoot it? Yeah.
Yeah, that was his first one that he did both.
Oh,
He kinda,
shit,
like
wow.
PTA'd it. I like Roma, but I'd say that Roma's like a good like
I like it more than
Palette.
I like it more than Gravity.
palette tester though of
Mm.
like where you'll be if we have a Tarkovsky episode. Not that they
Mm.
deal with the same things, but like I would say craft wise they're very similar.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, I was going to say, though, why I would consider Interstellar better than Gravity is because there was no stupid rainbow or books. It was just kind of realistic, and that's kind of boring. But, yeah.
Do you think this is a question for everybody? Do you think Christopher Nolan is proud of Interstellar?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, why
because
not?
like he didn't write the script, his brother did. So
His
like
brother wrote the script.
yeah, I don't know if you guys know this. Jonathan Nolan wrote the script for Steven Spielberg to direct. So when it gets into like that
Yeah, that's
the
more of a
shitty
Steven-
third
yeah.
act, it would Steven I believe that Spielberg would have sold it in a way that like
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan's aesthetic doesn't fit towards whatever that third
That
act
makes
is.
more sense. That makes
You know,
so much
like,
more sense.
What you're saying too about the bookshelf thing, like it is similar to the what's it called? We'll just call it the color sequence. But the thing is, like Christopher Nolan's aesthetic is very much the 2010s, like postmodern, like minimalist, you know, and so that's why it's a fucking bookshelf.
Yeah.
You know, it could have when you can do anything, and you really do have the budget and like the means to do anything, and the way that he does like to shoot stuff too. I don't know if you know, like they really did build the spaceship, and instead of just doing green screen, they did rear projection.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I think in I don't know about fourth
What
grade.
happened in fourth grade for you, bro?
I think it was because I would wake up at like 5:30 a.m.
What the
to watch
fuck?
Gravity.
I woke up that early to watch The Walking Dead.
No, what the fuck?
That's it.
And so sometimes there wouldn't be Walking Dead.
But on AMC, you would just like have
Sometimes
like
there would
30
be
minutes
Walking
of Gravity
Dead.
right before.
Yeah. And I remember for some reason seeing like people sitting down in a spaceship and they're moving and stuff, and they're like, "Look at how cool this is." And I'm like, "Oh, is this real?" And then it's a movie, and I'm like, "Okay." A little bit extra, but it's cool. Yeah. Make a set.
With Interstellar, it seems like people either really dig it or say it sucks just because of the ending.
That's been my experience too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably that's pretty basically what I say. But
That's why I wanted to be like both sides of the coin.
I don't know.
Like it.
you like you don't like the parts that everyone else likes. You like the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Interstellar, like I cried at that part where they go back on the spaceship and then they realize that like there's been time dilation. That part's really intense, man.
Dude, that makes me want to make like a compilation of Elijah crying to movies.
I've cried
But
at
I wanted
Interstellar.
it should be in the way of like Matthew McConaughey watching the screen, you know.
Watching the what?
Like watching the screen of like his daughter and his son.
Yeah,
and all that. And
yeah.
But it's just you like with her and like Blue Valentine and shit.
That part's pretty like, I mean, in theory, like scientifically accurate too.
Mm-hmm.
And that ocean world's really cool.
Yeah.
Where there's like that big like tsunami. There's like a part where like Anne Hathaway is like looking off and she says something like, "Look over there," and they're like, let's check it out. But it turns out to just be a wave. They think like they see people or something, and it's just a tsunami.
I feel like I guess what really rubs me the wrong way about Interstellar is it's the movie that prevents me from like making Christopher Nolan an S tier director. You know,
Yeah.
Like he's made plenty of like great films and masterpieces, but Interstellar shows that like people who I don't know. To me, it's like not that he fell off, but like without Interstellar, I would go to bat for Christopher Nolan, saying like he's great.
Oh fuck. Elwood said, "What's up, film fans?"
Elwood.
What's up,
Elwood.
Elwood?
What's going on, Elwood?
He's almost done with a short he's been working on.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know when he releases.
Do you like
it.
Interstellar more than Tenet? Or like where do you?
No, I guess I actually do prefer Tenet over Interstellar because
Okay.
like maybe that's the thing where like
Tenet
from
is
minute
so-
one of Tenet it kind of like it buys into its own silliness.
Yeah.
Whereas like Interstellar tries to like do like the switcheroo on you and like it's that the whole time, but it's trying to make it seem like it's not, don't worry, and then it finally is, and you're like, well, if you just said that from the beginning, I would have gone into this, I would have felt differently
Yeah.
about where you took me. Whereas in Tenet, my favorite line, don't think, just feel it.
Yeah.
And so there seems to be more of a self-awareness there than that's lacking in Interstellar, because I kind of like. I like the first half though, because like feels like a pretty accurate like representation of where the world's probably going to be in the next 30 years.
I actually kind of dug where the world would be at 30 years if it was at where everyone just has to abandon everything they do so that they can plant corn. I'm
Yeah,
like,
farm.
Corn huskers.
that reminds me.
Nebraska shit.
I was watching Kanye's presidential rally, and he says that he's like, guess how we defeat big farm, with big farms.
Yeah.
He's like,
Hell,
we all gotta start farming and just being self-sufficient.
That'd be pretty tight, actually.
Does like Interstellar not have an emotional impact on you?
No,
Like-
Just the one scene where he comes back on the ship.
Just that?
Just that. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything else is just kind of like.
Not even at the end, like when he's like seeing his daughter, who's like 100 million years
Well,
old.
all right. Given I only saw it the one time in theaters,
Okay.
so like I need to probably see it again. But I
Me
remember
too.
after the ending, like after seeing the bookshelf scene, I was just kind of like, this movie just doesn't feel right now.
Because like
that's why I liked it.
He goes into the black
Gummo.
hole, and that allows him to get to the bookshelf, right?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
dude,
Because like, yeah,
I was like,
like
this
Oh,
is so
talk about
stupid.
it. Like,
He's
he goes through the black hole. It's like, yeah, it
he's
should
supposed to be like spaghetti.
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
But
Spaghetti.
Oh, did you guys see they proved the theory of relativity? They actually
Wait, they did?
Yeah,
That happened?
How'd they do
Yeah,
that?
like I don't know how, but they were able to like get to the end of a black hole. For
Oh,
some-
shit.
It's
That's
like I thought it was pretty cool.
What? When,
What-
when,
what-
when did that happen?
Like last month.
Fuck.
What's
I need to
over
do
there?
Research.
I gotta look, to be honest. I just saw that they
Maybe-
proved it.
See-
Dude, they proved the theory. No.
what if it is a bookshelf? then Christopher
How
Nolan
was
won't be as dumb.
How was the black hole though? Yeah, I don't know. I need to research that. That's crazy. The theory of relativity. Because you know, like the whole like theory of everything and stuff like that. You know, all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's like that's a big step.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a huge step.
Are there any other black hole movies?
Jason X.
Is
Jason
what's
X.
the one? What's
Event Horizon.
yeah? I was about to
Oh,
say, is Event
okay.
Horizon a black hole movie?
Kinda. It's like they go
That's-
through a black hole that's supposed to be like hell.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is kind
yeah.
of a cool idea, I guess. Like
And
I
it's
don't
like
know.
it's like a horror.
I
space
love the
movie.
premise of it. It's actually
Yeah.
I
Neil
would-
Blomkamp really likes that movie.
Really.
Yeah.
He seems
said-
like the type of guy that would.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I
High
would-
Life maybe.
I love.
Nah.
I
There's
would
like
said,
there's like a part.
There's a
Yeah,
movie
There's a
called-
part. It's
there's-
not a black
But I
hole
guess
movie,
like
though.
yeah, I wouldn't call it a black hole movie. Like I guess now we have to make a distinction between like a movie that has a black hole and a black hole movie. You know,
What's his movie called? Black Hole.
there's a movie called Black Hole.
I guess so.
There's a sci-fi movie about a black hole. It might be called Supermassive Black Hole, like the Muse song. I'm not sure. I remember like seeing it on the Sci-Fi Channel when I was like 10.
Oh, was it Nova?
No, it wasn't that.
My dad made me watch a lot of Nova as a kid.
Nova rocks, bro.
Yeah.
Is Nova a TV show?
It's like a science info show.
It's like
Okay.
it's like adult Bill Nye.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it funny?
No.
Oh.
It's
No,
for adults, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty serious. But my dad was like, "You have to watch this." I was like, all right.
I have this one Nova VHS, but it's like where they talk about where like actually dinosaurs had feathers, you know, and I didn't like
Oh.
that one. It's like damn, that
Nah,
kind
that'd
of
be
like
weird.
ruins everything, you know.
Yeah.
I want to see a dinosaur movie where the dinosaurs are feathery, like they're birds.
Mm-hmm. Well, they say that dinosaurs are more related to birds than reptiles.
Yeah, and it
Mm.
makes sense when you look at like eggs. Or I don't know, reptiles
Well,
have
well,
eggs, but like
eggs,
you
yeah.
look at their eggs, and then they have like two big feet, and then, well, I'm thinking of a the T-Rex. But yeah, if I had to redo Jurassic Park, I'd make them birds.
It is
Yeah,
crazy
I
to
think it'd be
think.
cool.
It is crazy to think that like birds were the rulers of this planet at one point.
It'd be fucking scary. I mean,
And now they're like pigeons.
Yeah, now we
Yeah.
have pigeons
it
and
shows how dumb they are that they existed for longer on this planet than we did, and they didn't do shit.
And now they just like shit on our windshields.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot more recently.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. I just imagined that like, how do you go from being like 30 feet tall to like just I can smush you. Oh, there's an
Climate
ostrich,
change.
but-
climate change.
Dead
Yeah,
ass-
Interstellar.
It's like-
Dead
Interstellar.
ass, I think it is.
You know, you have
climate
those times where you're driving and there's like a fucking pigeon in the road,
yeah,
and it's like
fuck
trying
birds.
to cross the street,
Yeah.
and it's like, dude, just fly away, you know? But they don't
Yeah.
fly away until the last fucking second.
They're evolving. That's what it is. They're
Yeah.
evolving. They don't need wings anymore. And they finally learned.
change. Dude, I've had two birds fly into my car. Just,
Fly
like,
into your
Yeah,
car?
just like fly right into the windshield. And it's like, what the fuck's the matter with you, dude? Like, dumb as fuck. See, bro, a bird flew into my work today, and we didn't even ask him to leave. The fuck.
I used to have a bird though. I fuck with birds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a cockatiel, and my mom's friend found the bird on the street, so she took him and she gave him to us. And I liked him even though nobody else did, because he
Mm.
was loud. But I just grew up in a loud household of pianos and stuff.
Mm.
So the bird going "Woo, woo, woo," didn't bother me. But whenever some people came over to my house, they were like, "Can we fucking kill this bird?" And I'm like,
What was his
Oh.
name?
Dostoevsky.
No, he wasn't.
It
You're
was,
lying.
And then I had
What
a
the
tortoise,
fuck?
and the tortoise's name was Pushkin.
What?
We named
Who
our
named
pets
those?
My mom. Cause
Well, your mom is. Wow. Where's your mom from?
Ukraine, but it was when
Oh,
it
shit,
was
that's
all
why your mom-
USSR.
That's why your mom's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Dostoevsky,
she
that's
grew up with
pretty,
Soviet
that's
cinema.
pretty crazy.
You need to name like your next animal Tarkovsky.
Yeah.
True,
The
true.
first time I drove, I ran a pigeon over, so I'm pretty much the king of the neighborhood now.
Is that Elwood?
Yeah, it's Elwood. Okay, let me think. Did you guys watch anything else? I'm trying to think. What did I watch? Besides these movies.
I watched the. This is old. I could have talked about this. Or actually, no. This isn't old. This was just last week. It's crazy. Kanye West had his third listening party. Well, I've told you
Yeah,
guys all off
yeah.
camera, but on camera. He's an artist. He's an artist.
Oh yeah, I saw. He had like cars circling the house.
Yeah.
He had some cool ass cars. He had like some Raptors, some TRS, like I
Yeah.
guess truck people. They liked it, but he had a bunch of different arrangement of cars, and I was like, wow, that's cool. That's a lot of money right there. Just circling a house.
What's that one like mask he wears?
Oh, the Balenciaga mask. It's kind of
Okay.
like some. It's like a gimp mask, but
Ah, yeah.
because like it has
the-
zippers on the eyes and shit,
Yeah.
and but
Oh.
but he actually gave an interview last week in fucking Berlin, and so the whole interview is like dubbed in. But he's like, so why do you wear the mask? He's like, I just feel more comfortable with it on because like no one else in the whole fucking city is wearing a mask except for him. But yeah.
Do you like the mask with the Jesus Christ on it?
I like there's a
I fuck with that one. I'm like, that's
there's
weird but cool.
there was one. It was from the same artist who did like the OG Donda cover.
Yeah,
the
pure something.
Yeah, but it was a blue one, and it was like a cowboy. Or he was just like riding a horse.
Oh,
and
I saw
there was like a
that.
cross behind him. I don't know. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
But
I would wear that for a day or something.
The Jesus mask.
I think so. Yeah.
Is it just like a picture of?
It's like
Jesus?
blue and then
no, the other one
Oh.
it's like a black hood with like blue highlights
Oh.
with the image on it.
Here's a question: What happened to Jesus after he was resurrected?
Oh, so
damn.
apparently he just like went up to heaven.
Yeah, like who saw that shit though?
Like a bunch of his disciples. Like
Really?
a bunch of people, yeah.
Well,
They say he just floated up.
if you
He did the
Like
Kanye.
Kanye.
That's what-
Yeah.
if you ask the Mormons, he went to America. And I fuck with that. That's cool. Like that's like Interstellar, where it's like make it all up, and it's like
Yeah, he ascended.
Make it all up.
That's
some bullshit. I like it.
Oh my god.
And now, am I gonna have 3 wives
like
because of it?
Interstellar.
I'm not sure, but it's appreciated that they would keep the story going. And then even who else? Who else kept it? Oh, Dostoevsky kept it going with his Brothers of Karamazov. He had Jesus come back
Funny.
in the Spanish Inquisition. And
What?
then the king said to Jesus, "I have to kill you because you're a disruption to the order." And
Wow.
it's sort of a Kierkegaard type thing where if Jesus came back, this is not the Christianity that he set up. It's a different. Anyways, that's not film. That's philosophy.
That's philosophy.
Alright.
They're all good. We
You
get
just
a little-
bashed like the LDS religion.
Oh, I fuck with the LDS religion.
No, he said he liked
You probably
it. He said
know
he
a lot
liked
of
it.
Mormons, don't you?
Yeah, I know a few. yeah. Yeah, and I like them. I'm trying to think of things that I don't like about them, but I can't.
I feel
I
feel like the South
doesn't
Park
mean-
episode on Mormons kind of like summed it up. Where like
Pretty good.
as like
Good
weird
episode.
as the religion is or how goofy whatever parts of it is, the actual people are like the nicest or most genuine people like out there. So-
Yeah. That's why I'll say I can't think of anything bad about them. That doesn't mean I endorse
Yeah, yeah.
everything about
They're
them.
chill.
There's
Very
yeah.
chill.
Like there's a strong sense of community with their churches. That's weird.
I had a Mormon friend, and she used to give me rides to school. But you know, they have to go to like the seminary, like the church school before. And so I used to have to go to her with that. But I used to like just wait in the bathroom for 45 minutes and then go to school. But yeah, seminary.
Miss Calkins is a Mormon.
That's why I fucked with Miss Calkins.
Whoa. Just kidding.
I don't know. I think she liked it. Yeah, well, I was on her swim team.
Miss Calkins.
What the fuck? Elwood said, Jesus seems like a nice dude. He comes and visits pretty often, but he just forgets to tell people.
Amen.
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 I can't remember anything I watched. Oh, I know I went with Elwood to go see Coraline in theaters.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it was fun. The movie's because it's claymation. What I've noticed this time about Coraline is like the pacing's pretty quick. Like it's all just like plot scenes. Like there's no really like room to breathe. It's just,
Coraline
like,
is all meat, no fat.
yeah, no fat. They really just go. Oh, and you said boobies. Yeah, there's boobies in Coraline.
What part?
The part with like the fucking the part with the
No, Elijah wants a timestamp.
yeah, it's like I would check out like minute 40,
Alright.
40 around there, somewhere in like the fun and games. So probably more like 30 to 40.
Cool.
Oh, didn't you say you saw something else? We were talking about it in the photography class.
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, what the fuck was it? It was something that I saw for the first time.
Oh,
And
it was Raising Arizona.
Yeah, I saw Raising Arizona for the first
Oh.
time. Yeah,
I haven't seen
yeah,
that
I really
one.
like that movie. Nicolas Cage's like performance is fucking sick.
It's about them like they get a kid.
Basically, yeah. Basically, I don't want to spoil anything, but
Okay.
yeah, it's about them raising a kid, and it's just it's really cool. It's just really well edited. The pacing's good. The lines are good. The acting's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Very entertaining. Definitely would watch it
You
again.
can get the essence that they were roommates with Sam Raimi at the time.
Oh, okay.
Waffen Cedar said, "Yeah, best Nick Cage movie, absolutely. I like the one song that plays through the entire movie. Yeah, like the yodeling and shit. Oh, dude, I need to go back and get that song. I need to go on Spotify and find it.
Wait, Waffen Cedar, what's your opinion on A Vampire's Kiss?
Shit.
The actual greatest Nicolas Cage film.
I saw that on TV
No
a
fucking
week
way.
ago. I saw the end of it was like on this like channel in like the 120s on Cox.
Why are you always on Cox?
Cox cable,
Cox Cable.
I guess.
He said, never seen that one before. And then it looks like Waffen Cedar, and not Waffen Cedar, it looks like Elwood just punched his keyboard. And A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I just put in the fucking alphabet.
The end of Vampire's Kiss is interesting.
The whole movie is.
Yeah, I wish I saw more of it.
I'll recommend it.
That'd be a good one.
That'd be good. You guys want to get into the movies?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to say I really liked Caroline. I've never watched it. I watched it before, but
I was like, oh, what?
I'm thinking.
That's an Elijah thing.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's an Elijah thing, yeah.
I'm thinking.
It's like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that. Yeah.
Because I first saw it in the theaters when I was a kid,
Me too.
and I'm trying to remember what year that was, how old I was.
It was like, what, 2009, I think?
I
somewhere
was
around
like
there.
Yeah.
7 years
2009,
old.
yeah.
So that's like second grade or first kinder. I don't know. A scary movie to see when you're young, but I stomached it through, and I was like, "Oh, that's gross. That's so gross." Because of the eyes. And stuff.
Oh, yeah, the eyes, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I remember that.
So yeah, I respect that. And then I like what they did after with Paranorman.
Paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I really dug the trailer for it when the trailer came out.
I remember the year Paranorman came out. There was also Frankenweenie
Yeah, yeah.
and
Oh,
Hotel
yeah,
Transylvania.
yeah.
What a saga. What an era.
They had kind of like
Hotel Transylvania really. I don't know. That was like some ADHD shit. That's like Hotel Transylvania is like how kids movies look now.
Yeah.
That shit was a little bit ahead of its time in like a bad way, in a
That's
bad
crazy.
way, like a terror
Yeah,
god awful way. Hotel Transylvania needs to burn.
Adam Sandler is a trendsetter. You know, what I mean? You know, and how many celebrities you see now kind of just like phoning it in too with their friends, you know, and they get paid however much to do whatever they want in 90 minutes and then put it on Netflix, and people are watching, so they get to keep on making it.
Yeah,
Adam Sandler.
it's a good place to be for sure. but he needs to chill with the Hotel Transylvania stuff.
I think part 4 is coming out.
No fucking way.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think or
God.
part 3 or 4. I think
Oh,
no, 3
no.
already
They've
came
done
out.
3,
No, 3
yeah.
3 was on the cruise ship. So I think I seriously think there's gonna there was something about a part 4. I might have seen a trailer or something, or there's a Netflix original TV show.
We should just do DMT in the Hotel Transylvania 4 theater.
Oh, no.
But DMT only lasts like for 15 minutes. And
Just
It
keep
doesn't-
taking it. Just keep
Keep
taking
taking
it.
Yeah, we just get a little cart. And just take turns.
They're trying to kick us out, but we're like too stone cold.
You have like the most
tripping.
important experience of your life, and then you're like, what the
You're
fuck
gonna
am
get
I
And then
that
you
watching.
you wake up to Adam Sandler's
Yeah.
Dracula voice after seeing God.
And then you're like have, like on the fry or some shit like.
Or
Hotel
who else is
Transylvania.
or like isn't like there's like a slime character?
Well,
There's
Or maybe you mix it off between like
Oh.
DMT, salvia, DMT.
Elwood asked, "Have you guys seen Snake Eyes?"
Snake Eyes is pretty good. Brian
Yeah.
Brian De
I haven't
Palma.
seen it.
That's the new GI Joe movie, right?
Oh yeah, that is. It came out. It came out in July. No one talked about it. But
I used to have the Snake Eyes mask.
Oh.
That was always creepy, but cool.
what was I gonna say? Oh, but I guess
Fuck.
I prefer Face Off over Snake Eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if you're going for like that era of Nick Cage.
Fucking Wafteater and Elwood are having a conversation. I'll give you guys your room. They're having a pretty, they're having a moment. All right, so we'll go into Fantastic Planet.
Oh, I love that movie.
Okay, so John, what we do, we kind of like talk about why we chose the movie,
Oh,
and then we open up
okay.
the floor for everybody. So
Yeah.
you have you can say whatever you want.
Wait, did I choose that movie? Or
What
Just
movie do you
making
think
sure
you
because-
chose? Which of these did you?
Oh, I didn't know that I chose any of them.
Oh.
Elijah, what?
I was
What
like,
the fuck?
I was like,
All I know is that
wait,
Fantastic
time out.
Planet-
I have the
going
text. I'm like,
Pull it up right
what
now.
movie would you
Pull
want
up
to
the
watch?
text. You want to see this shit. You want to see this
What
text.
movie would you want to watch? And you're like, Fantastic Planet.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay.
Well, yeah. All I saw was that we're watching Fantastic Planet. I was like, "Oh, that's great. That's the movie that I wanted to watch." I was like, "Someone knew that my movie."
You told me.
So I didn't
What
know
the
that.
fuck?
Now that feels special.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
Oh my god, that was
That was a moment.
that was a good moment. I should start cutting these screen tongue clips. He said, I liked when it referenced Clockwork Orange and they just started shouting, singing in the rain lyrics.
That's the best part of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Or that sequence is so great, not just because that happens, but then the cut they do to like the guy in the wheelchair, like I don't know, kind of like spazzing out.
Yeah.
Is what makes the scene, at least for me, like
His head.
so
yeah.
strong.
That movie's like really smart with music too, because like you see that part, and in a way it can give you like a sour taste in your mouth about like singing in the rain, and then it's cool how they like do that towards like the second half of the movie with like Beethoven.
Yeah.
Really smart.
All right, John.
Alright, John, so you can now that you know that you chose the movie.
Yeah. Okay. So, Fantastic Planet was everything I guess everything I expected it to be and more, because I just thought, oh, it's like Avatar, but it's cool because it's drawn out or something. I loved the music that they had.
Yes.
I remember that.
The music was really
It
cool.
reminded me almost of like Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
And how they used guitar, almost like whale sounds. And there's that in the beginning where it's like something. And just the first, I guess the first scene, it draws you in, because you see this woman running across like some forest or something tiny, and you don't know what she's looking at, but she's looking up. And I can't tell why I was so intrigued by it, but maybe it was because she looked like a cave person.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah.
They do for most of the movie.
And then maybe it was the music, and then maybe it was just how she was climbing up that little hill, and then someone went boop, and she went, and then someone like fucking threw her, with the baby, and I was like, oh my god, what's up? And then they just take her and boop, and she dies, and I'm like, oh, the baby. And so yeah, what a great heartbreaking sequence to have at the beginning, that gets you wrapped up in what happens next, but also what a weird movie. Like, all these movies left me. Fantastic Planet was a little bit more optimistic, but the
Sure.
other, I didn't watch Afterlife. I'm sorry.
Wait.
You're all good. You're all good.
But they all left me with, I guess, a sour taste in my mouth, or where I'm like, fuck.
You should have watched Afterlife. That was like
I
a
know,
good
I heard
palate
about it,
cleanser.
and I
Yeah.
was like, wow, that's cool. But like, the bleakness of life just is real. It's real out here. And that's not what you'll get from like a Hollywood movie.
No.
You'll get like,
No.
it's life. It's good. These ones are like, you're getting hung with your skin, or your mom's dying right in front of you as a child, or some shit, and you're like, oh, I hope my life's never like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember driving to Elijah's house yesterday. I felt almost optimistic, because I was like, thank God I'm not in the Middle East right now. Like, my mom, I could have been the child of a rapist who's my brother.
That's what Fantastic Planet made you think?
No. Fantastic Planet was heartwarming, bro. I was like, oh, thank God this is good. But those are my thoughts for all the other movies. Fantastic Planet made me go, wow, what a
All
powerful
right, we'll keep it to Fantastic
animated
Planet.
film.
Yeah.
And the drawings were nice, and I loved how they didn't have all of the characters speak, or like, there's minimal dialogue, I think. And that's great, because sometimes dialogue in animation can look a little uncanny, a little weird when the mouths don't line
Yeah,
up and everything.
especially for the time.
Exactly.
Not the best medium for it.
Even today, like, you'll watch stuff and you're like, that's fake as fuck. But that, like, really, it knew what it was doing. Really, how the drawings were, everything. The use of colors, very nice. Such a weird color palette. And
Yeah,
when was that
yeah.
film made?
It's 1973.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're probably drawing it out. I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah,
they're
totally.
using computers.
No,
That's the
no,
one.
not one
that's
bit.
that's
No
the thing
iPads.
you get with like modern animation, or just modern stuff, is that it's back-breaking work to have to
Yeah.
draw everything. But then today you can draw anything, and you can notice the difference between easiness and limitations.
It's like the kind of like, it reminds me of what we were talking about with like film and digital filmmaking. It's just like drawing it by hand on like paper, like, you know, physically like that, and actual paper with real ink and shit is just like, you need to be more precise with it. Whereas like on a computer, you just press undo, or like change a
Mhm.
line and shit. It's just,
You need to be very.
it's like the,
you need
it's
to
the same
think it
dilemma.
out
Yeah, it's the same exact
before.
dilemma.
Um,
Yeah, analog versus digital.
So, very cool. I had a friend spoil the first part about the mother, so I knew what was gonna happen.
It's pretty quick in
it
the
was-
in the movie though.
Yeah, it gets to the point. And damn, trying to think what else.
Whenever you feel a dry spot too, you know, you got 3 co-hosts.
Yeah.
Oh yes. I have to admit though, I took a nap in the middle of the movie.
Wait, you didn't pause it?
I did. But, and the nap felt amazing, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad I took this nap. Time to get back to this movie. So I don't know if that affected the watching experience at all. Maybe it put me in a good mood.
Cool. That's good.
What did you guys think about the movie?
Elijah? Anthony?
So I just watched it like a few hours ago with my grandma. And
Can I meet your grandma?
yeah, she's cool.
Yeah,
I call her
Bushka.
Busha?
Busha?
Busha.
Wait, why?
Because it's Polish for grandma.
Are you Polish?
My grandma's Polish.
So you're
So
Polish?
you're also
yeah. My grandma's Polish and my grandpa's German, and then my mom's dad is Swedish, so that's cool. I
Yeah,
like
that's cool.
Swedish fish.
You got some cool,
Ancestry,
yeah.
Film is in your blood.
That's true. That's true. When I was in 5th grade, I you know how like Germany invaded Poland
Mm-hmm.
and like the Holocaust happened.
Yeah.
I said like one time like in World War II I probably killed myself, and the teacher didn't like that. A little bit of a sidetrack, but
Have you ever told that to Busha?
maybe.
Waffen Cedar said you're based.
Probably. And now I got like the blonde hair and blue eyes,
Yeah.
so we're doing good. I liked Fantastic Planet. It was really trippy
Yeah.
animation. The music was really cool, like the wah wah pedals mixed with just like strange noises.
Mm-hmm.
I liked how the drags meditated. I really like that
Yeah.
scene where they're meditating and like their bodies are morphing. It kind of like I felt it was some type of like sex thing.
That's what I thought too when I was watching it.
And then like at the end you find out that's kind of like what the meditation's related to, and that was like
Yeah.
an interesting payoff.
I rewatched like the first maybe 5 minutes of the movie with my sister, and it makes sense why it would be a sex thing because I don't know the importance of it, and they're like, this is why we meditate and everything. But I didn't guess that like you guys did. I was just like, oh, they're very they're Eastern philosophy.
It's very spiritual.
You still
Yeah,
picked up
yeah.
on it, you know.
Yeah, that was very cool.
I went into the movie kind of, I guess, hearing that it was kind of like a social commentary movie.
I didn't know about that.
Me neither.
Beforehand.
Yeah.
Kind of just like a class, about like class and
Yeah,
stuff.
that makes sense.
And yeah, and then you see it, and I guess I was just thinking about that while I was watching the movie, like the way the drags treat the ohms, and maybe like what they're trying to represent in real life, and then just also trying to represent on like a human level. Like I told John on the way over here, it's like the ohms were like, they viewed them as like, they kind of treated them like mammals, but they also treated them like bugs.
Yeah.
Kind of like they can squish them. They can squish them like they're ants or cockroaches, but then they play with them like they're a guinea pig
Yeah.
or a dog.
They still
or
call
something.
them animals. They don't call them bugs or
Yeah,
anything.
and until the end, they don't really feel, because they can do the thing where they teach the ohms with like the brain thing,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't really view them as like smart or intellectual until the end.
Yeah.
So, it's like they treat them the way they treat like dogs and stuff until like they realize they can think for themselves. So,
Yeah, it's like a weird, like, I wouldn't say social commentary, because like we don't have small people like that. You know, it's like it's not really like a race thing either. It's like
it's like a metaphor for
I
it.
thought it was
though.
more like a
kind of
class
metaphor.
thing.
Yeah, I guess it's more of like a class
Yeah.
thing. But it's like, yeah, they are physically like really small. So you can treat anything that small like that until they like, you know, rise up and show that they have capabilities.
And then you feel bad about it.
And then you're like,
yeah,
oh,
I
sorry.
shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that. fucking
Got me.
That's Germany right now.
Yeah.
The Alpha Kenny one said, "Hey, what's good? Tell your friend I love his shirt. Makes me feel like I'm on acid." I think he's talking about your shirt.
Yeah.
Dude, Alpha Kenny one, damn, I haven't seen you in fucking forever. That dude started following us back in like the start.
Welcome back, OG
Welcome
film
back.
fan.
What do you think of the movie, Anthony?
To be honest, it's a little bit cloudy. I was very, very, very high when I saw this. Elijah,
Tight.
I had his
You
charger.
were looking. Yeah.
What were you?
I was
on?
on that Zaza, the exotics, apple fritter, to be exact. It was delicious.
Rock on.
But going in like that, kind of got what I wanted out of the film. just to add what you guys are already saying, it's interesting to hear like French funk.
Yeah, that's
that was so
I would
cool.
describe it. And now I guess I want to apologize because it was kind of hard for me to keep up with subtitles, so I was just kind of like watching.
You're all good. You're all good.
Don't worry.
But there is one thing that I was paying attention to just because last week we did Plague Dogs, so it was interesting to see when they didn't move the camera. But in this one, it seemed kind of just free flowing, and they just like did a lot. So I appreciated that a lot. But similar to like Samsara, like even though it seems like there is like some more like political commentary or stuff you can like dig, I didn't find the movie like that deep or like that mind blowing. I'm just glad it existed, and it feels like the best possible version of what it is, if that makes sense.
Especially for like the time.
Yeah.
Like one thing watching it now is just like the animation definitely comes off as like it still works, but it's like definitely dated. Like to show movement, they'll just show like these weird like cross dissolves of like like they'll like draw more of it and then draw more of it.
It looks really cool though. It's very psychedelic.
Sometimes it worked.
Yeah.
Sometimes it worked, and sometimes it didn't work for me. But like, whenever it did work, it was like, oh yeah, this is
like that part where I don't know what they're kind of like a mixture of like a snail, but they're able to like weave a web kind of.
Yeah.
And like they slowly like clump up him. Like, did you like the way that looked?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that
there
one.
There were some that didn't work and some that did.
Yeah.
But overall the animation was like for the time like not. It was definitely weird, like that animation. Like they were still making stuff like Fritz the Cat back then and stuff. So it's like it's definitely like they knew what they were doing. It was definitely like psychedelic.
Even the like the shapes they used looked very just weird, different, natural, but also alien in a way. I'm trying to think of like, because whenever I look at a pumpkin, I'm like, oh, that's weird. That's a weird shape.
Oh,
and I remember like looking at things that they had, and they looked like little arcs of pumpkins or some shit like that. I don't know.
The drags or the drogs, do they look like sea monkeys?
That's
I didn't even think about that till just now, because they look like sea monkeys. That's like I don't know if they had sea monkeys back then.
I think they did.
But if they did, then that's like.
I think that's when they became popular, right? Or
probably about that time. I never had sea monkeys, but I remember seeing pictures of them. And they kind of look like that.
They're pretty cool.
But it kind of makes sense, like the metaphors. Like the sea monkeys are the big ones now. But yeah, a lot of the way they designed stuff was very like aquatic.
I'd say it's like one of the coolest animated movies I've seen.
Definitely.
Definitely something like I'd want to watch again just for like the animation.
Yeah.
You know, because like you said, like I do kind of wonder what it was also based on a book.
Oh really?
You do wonder what the social background is for it, but it's easy to get the whole like class thing. The images don't lose their originality.
No.
Something I would like to see, like, while I'm tripping on some sort of substance. But even if I wasn't, I'd definitely watch it again. I liked how the animals you could kind of get an idea of like what type of animal they were modeling it after, and then they would just mix it with something weird that just like makes it a little uncanny or a little eerie.
Would you
like,
think of
that's cool.
that one animal that was in like the cage and would like grab the bird and just shake it and throw it on the ground?
I love that one. I was like, oh, that's so stupid.
Yeah. It doesn't even like
I
eat it.
love it.
And then like it zooms out and there's like 50 dead birds.
Yeah.
And then the shot after that was this weird eyeball.
I actually
Yeah.
think there's like
That was very
a cool sense of humor the film has in terms of the way it presents things. Even the way it presents the strange images, you know, in the sequence, like what you're saying, like with the eyeball and stuff like that, is what makes the film more than just having the images. Like, I guess it makes it better the way they show it. Or, yeah.
But on social commentary, it's very. I think it's interesting how the humans are the what would you call like the persecuted people now?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking back to like District 9, where the humans are kind of
The racists.
yeah, and they're all militaried up, and they're gonna like shoot the aliens. for like no reason. But then in this one, they're like the backwater. They're living in a garden,
Mhm.
and then they get gassed out and stuff.
They can just get flicked and shit.
Yeah. So I think it's very interesting.
They have. Oh, what'd you guys think of the collars? And it's just
thought
like
that
a
was pretty
remote
cool.
control.
I like the whole idea of him like getting smart, like through that the whole like brain bracelet thing.
Then he like tries to civilize the wild ones, and then he ends up getting a planet named after him.
Yeah. No, the
satellite.
Yeah, the satellite. That's pretty cool. What a legend.
Yeah,
For
seriously.
real, like that dude's a legend.
Tear. T.Y.
Tear,
and
yeah.
Tear.
I said this to Elijah. I said, it's interesting how they were able to capture this emotion of, like human vulnerability. Because back in like cavemen days, or if you made a movie about cavemen and then you just showed a lion or something, I don't know how many audience members would be scared about that because you've like been on a safari. Some people hunt lions.
Yeah.
You know, you just shoot it with a gun, shoot it with an arrow. But that's not what it was like back then. You would have to like run up a tree.
Yeah, yeah.
But this, I think, captures the emotion because they're getting flicked, they're getting stomped on, and it's fearful almost for the humans. So
Yeah,
I
I'd be
thought it
scared.
was
They're very
interesting.
the drags are very apathetic about it too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
If anything, it feels more like a god-like figure, you know,
Mhm.
an
Yeah.
apathetic
Mhm.
god that you know, he kind of just does whatever.
It's like the way you feel like when you step on a cockroach. You know, like you don't really like. I don't know. It's
Oh.
easy to not view the cockroach as
Yeah.
much, especially like when it's like running in like your house or something.
Mhm.
That's crazy. That's like killing a bug that like stands up on two legs, like
Yeah.
on top with arms and shit.
Do bugs feel fear?
I don't.
Because it's like it's killing something that like feels fear.
I
and,
guess
like,
they
these
kind of. I
emotions,
think they
right?
have to. Yeah.
There
like,
probably
they-
is
they
some
run-
like some
they run
physiological
away.
response,
Yeah.
but maybe not like an intellectual response to that physiological reaction.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I kind of notice it when I put my foot down in front of an ant, and then they're like, oh.
They stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like trying to go around or something. And I'm like, oh, I scared you.
Are you the ant bully?
Oh yeah, I think I would. I
I
would
mean, has
play around with.
has everybody here been an ant bully at one time or?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Then you
I
get
think
bit
so.
by him, and you're like, nah.
Have you been an ant bully before, Anthony?
Yeah. But
Oh, I hated when kids would say on the playground, like, you'd step on a beetle and they'd say, what if you were the beetle? I'm like, shut the hell up. I stepped on the beetle.
there are beetles that you're interested in.
I think there was like
Stepped
one
on the
special beetle
beetle.
or something. And then poop. Yeah, I was a bug bully. Maybe I still am, but I like looking. But I don't step on cockroaches.
Did
That's
you
the
ever?
only thing.
Did you ever do the magnifying glass on the ant thing?
No,
No.
just on
Did you?
magazines.
Did you?
No, I never
Me
did.
neither.
My
I'd like
cousin-
to try that.
On a bug.
Maybe.
I remember my brother and I used to do some fucked up shit to bugs.
What would you do?
I don't know if I can talk about it.
Ah.
Then like.
Is it like
crazy.
some R-rated?
Yeah, it'd be like PETA. If we filmed that, and made a movie about it, it'd be like PETA would try to like step in, like this is like.
Yeah,
fucked
bugs
up. Or
get
just
like
bugs,
really
but-
in fashion at some
Yeah.
point, and like you're like, yeah, that's not cool to talk about bugs like that anymore.
My brother recently did some stuff with bugs, like a year ago, when he just kind of researched about Appalachia and the culture there.
Mm.
He made a little pig, a wooden pig, and then he had to cut out the legs and everything and the head, and then he caught a fly and he put it in the freezer so that it fell asleep, and then he tied the bug around, and then I think he cut off the wings, and you put the fly into the pig, and then the pig moves around. Because
What the fuck?
it's very creepy.
I've heard of that
And you're
before.
like, whoa, the pig's moving, and it's like, yeah, that's because the
I've
flies
fucking
around in
heard
there, and he's
about
like,
that.
Wow.
touching
How
the
big is
wooden
how big
legs.
is the pig?
Just maybe like this
Mm.
big or something.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was very like, it felt demented, but I was like, yeah.
It's like those. Have you heard of like the Mexican jumping
Yeah, the Mexican
beans?
jumping beans. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
What
too.
are, what's in them? Like caterpillars?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also fun to have there was one time he just had a fly on a string, and you would just hold the string, and the fly would try to fly away,
And you just-
and then he'd
Yeah.
fall down.
I just
and
learned
try
about
it
that
again.
shit. Like last week, I'd heard stories about people just like knocking out flies and like tying them up or some shit, or like freezing them, just like super stupid.
It's so. I don't know. It's a funny.
I think
Little,
it's so funny to just like think about tying a string around a fly's leg or some
That's what
shit.
I-
It's like what the fuck.
That's what I always think about. How do you even do that? Like, I see it and I'm like, huh. Wiggling the fry.
Fuck, there's this one. I forget if it was a movie or video, but I saw something where a guy caught a fly with his fingers.
Mm.
Oh,
Mr.
it was
Miyagi.
no, it
Karate
was
Kid.
Raising Arizona.
Really?
Yeah, there's the.
Oh,
you know,
yes,
there's
when they
one-
get out of
yeah,
prison.
Yeah, there's one scene where he's in that dude's office and he catches the fly.
I like the part where she takes her ohm to fight the other ohms.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
And the music they play in that scene is probably like my favorite part, like musically in the entire movie. Like a lot of like wah wah pedal in there. That's kind of like a part though you're saying earlier where it's not necessarily there's like something kind of quirky, funny about it. Just with the way like the ohms fight with each other,
Yeah,
they kind of like
just like the way it's written.
their
yeah.
arms look so funny when they're punching each other, and then the one ohm starts like doing some opera impression, and then what's he do? He just like
Terry
starts beating him up.
No, he starts strangling him.
Yeah,
He starts choking him.
and they just like look on so like they don't care,
Yeah,
like they have no emotion about it.
I like how the drag was like, oh, Terry's a wild one. Like he'll beat the shit out of your guy.
Mm. Oh
But-
yeah, I felt like the what are they called? The drogs.
Drags, yeah.
It seemed like they couldn't feel emotion because right from the beginning, when the mom was dead and the baby was crying, the girl picked up the baby and she was like, "Why is he? Or what's happening? Why is he making that noise?" And he said, "Oh, maybe he's hungry or frightened." I was like, "Yeah, that's literally his mom." Right
They
there.
did. I mean, they did get angry at least. You know, when that one drag got killed by the ohms or the
They-
humans.
True.
They
They're
don't-
like they're
Fear.
pissed. Yeah, they're pissed.
They
as fuck.
process it differently though.
I think so.
It's
too.
almost like they think more about just like societal advancement instead of like individual, like individuality.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting that because their lifespan is longer, their society develops at a slower pace than the humans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, their advancement is.
It's like they saw how quickly the ohms reproduced as like a really bad thing.
Yeah, just like as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why we were talking earlier about the dinosaurs, and we're so tiny compared to them.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why our society is developing so much more quickly than they did.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but yeah, as soon as they died, we were able to evolve.
You can't. Yeah, you can't live in Jurassic Park.
No, fuck no.
Yeah.
The drugs were like dinosaurs for the ohms. I thought their design was interesting. Like on the cover, like before I saw Fantastic Planet, you know, they always put the dregs like faces
Yeah.
on like all the
Mhm.
covers and stuff, like just blue and like red eyes and like no eyelids. Like their eyelids are literally just like they just like teleport onto their eyes almost.
Yeah.
So the design is interesting. Like the way that I don't know where their headspace was at making it, or like where their influences were. It's definitely like psychedelic.
Oh yeah.
Like even just like the costumes and shit for like the ohms they choose, like were like really like
Or even just
Like
like the
silly.
color palette
Yeah.
too, of like the blue figure on like the yellow background. You
Mhm.
know, feels like just like pop art, which
Yeah.
seemed,
Mhm.
it was probably big at the time.
but yeah, it was a lot of interesting.
the creature designs.
Mm-hmm.
What were they called? The hollow bark dwellers or whatever.
I forget. Yeah.
They had like the thing that came down and like pinched people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cool looking stuff in this. You could tell they were really just coming off of like the '60s making it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think it took them to make it? Just
I have no idea.
if you had to.
At least 4 years.
4 years. That seems reasonable.
Yeah, I'm not too
Do you
sure.
think? What do you think the book's like?
Probably more
Narrative.
dense.
Yeah.
More dense.
I feel like it probably follows one or multiple of the human figures.
Mm.
Yeah. In this, like, there's like Tara's technically the main character, but the camera will like feels like the camera kind of does its own thing.
It was like third person.
Yeah.
Camera was third person.
I was sad that they didn't follow the the drug girl. that
Oh, like they
owned
just stopped?
I thought they would show her becoming like the new leader or something, but it was probably literally like a few days after he left.
Yeah.
They fucking took over their.
Yeah, and the
Or
way they
stuff.
perceive time.
It'd be funny if the book was just like the movie, where it's just,
Yeah.
like, shit just happened.
Yeah. It's written just like fucking.
Like Naked Lunch, which
Yeah,
is like a
Naked
series
Lunch,
of
yeah.
like events in this world.
It'd be
Um,
funny to see her reaction to like, oh, cool. There's an entire satellite named after my fucking pet.
So the way it ends is they steal. They like go off someplace else on like that escalator type of thing,
Mhm.
and then they steal something that the drags use, a piece of their technology, and it allows them to like fuck with their meditation,
Mm-hmm.
and then they win.
Sort. I mean, it's like I would say like.
I wouldn't say it's like
What-
a definitive win, but,
Yeah.
like,
But-
at least
but, like-
they won the day. Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess more so like, is that the way you guys? That's how it sequence of events.
I think so. Or they really messed with them because that's how they reproduced.
Yeah.
It's like if you make us all infertile, we're probably gonna like want to either make peace with you or we're gonna want to kill you.
Yeah.
And they couldn't kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a cool movie. That's a really cool movie.
Is there anything else you guys want
I
to talk
kind of
about?
wish we saw that all together.
That would have been.
That'd be
fun.
cool to watch
Yeah.
together, yeah. That one's fun to watch with other people.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be a cool movie to like show people again.
Because there's so
You
much
know?
like quirky shit going on. Like even just like the scene where baby Tara is like watching the sex meditation.
Yeah.
And he's like it's like what the fuck? Why is the baby doing that? Yeah, it's a goofy movie.
Did it scare you? Did it scare you at all? I know you said like the first scene was pretty emotional.
Not. It was always eerie. Like the
Okay.
colors made it eerie. Just how they were walking through. It always seemed like a desert type of thing where everything's barren. And the creatures looked weird. The one thing just grabs a bird and shakes it, and there's an eyeball monster. Like it was all weird and creepy. And the music did not help make it any less
No.
eerie. So yeah, it was an uncomfortable movie, but I kind of bathed in the eeriness, in the uncomfortableness. So yeah.
Do you feel like you get frightened easily, John?
Yeah, but in a way, I think I like the frightenedness.
Oh, dude, we have to show him Irreversible.
Yeah, you told me about that last night, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I want to do that to myself.
Next time you get like really.
No, it's a good thing.
Because, like, what I tell people, like, people are like, oh, yeah, I like to get high, and I like to just sleep or something like that. They like to have a good time. I like to fucking run. Where I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to get fucking caught from the police or some shit.
Yeah.
And then I gotta, like, start running. And, yeah, I'm messing with my anxiety if I have I don't have anxiety, but to mess with the anxious feeling that you get with life. Make your life a movie is not always fun, but it's
Yeah.
Sometimes the movie's coming towards you. You don't even have to make it. You
Yeah,
know?
for real.
Irreversible's a rite of passage.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'll take the.
Should he watch another Gaspar Noé film before, or just right in?
No,
Go
I think it's
into
right
it.
in.
What was your guys' first?
Irreversible or Climax. I saw Climax.
Technically, I knew
first.
about Irreversible first.
But which one did you actually see?
I don't think. Have you seen any first?
Technically, none.
Damn.
What the
But I'm so
Normie.
I'm so familiar with all of his movies.
I've seen scenes from Love, and seeing like several scenes from Love is kind of like seeing the whole movie, from what I've heard. So I first saw Climax. Climax is what puts you in a bad mood, kind of.
Is
It-
that? Sorry, what were you
It's a
saying?
damn
Before
shame.
then, I hadn't taken like psychedelics either, so it's like I'm not gonna do this. And then I saw Irreversible. Then I saw Enter the Void. And then I saw I Stand Alone's really good. I Stand Alone's like that one bothers me the most.
I still
Actually,
need to check it out. Some people say it's his most his funniest film.
I thought it was kind of disturbing. I don't know. I didn't really. And then Enter the Void. I think you would like Enter the Void, John. It's basically
That's your movie.
Yeah.
it's basically the ASAP Rocky LSD video for almost 3 hours.
It's a DMT
Okay.
simulation.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's
Anthony told me about it.
yeah. Enter the Void's
and
cool
I've
as
been
fuck.
meaning to watch it.
Enter the Void's definitely a screen tongue movie.
Yeah.
But what about you, Anthony? Sorry.
I think pretty similar. Y- I had known about Gaspar Noé for a long time, and you hear the stories about these films, but it wasn't. The first one I saw was Climax, and then I saw Enter the Void, then Irreversible. I think those are the only 3 I've seen from him. Though.
Okay. Yeah. The big thing about Irreversible 2, when it premiered at Cannes, several people like fainted while watching it.
Yeah, to call an ambulance.
Or like half,
So that's like the Saving Private Ryan of horror movies.
but like
French movies.
Real different.
Oh, French
Real
movies.
different.
Okay.
by the credits, I think there was like half the audience left in the
Yeah.
theater.
Yeah.
And the half that was remaining in the theater also we're not enjoying the movie.
No.
Dude, it would be so cool to time travel to see that.
I would love to be at like
Yeah.
the
Oh.
premiere of Irreversible.
You guys, I think we talked about it, but like you saw, I think it was in like 2018 or like recently he did an alternate cut, like a time forward version of the film.
Oh, did he really?
He premiered it at Cannes as its own thing though.
Oh, cool. That's
But-
funny.
But yeah.
You guys want to rate Fantastic Planet?
Yeah.
Rated out of what?
Whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
So I usually just do it out of 10, and I have like, I do it like school. So like 5 is like failing, like a C. 7's like a C. You know, it's B.
Really?
If he was a
Oh.
teacher
If I was a teacher,
Yeah.
and the director brought this
If
project.
the director was his student,
Yeah.
that's how I do it. And then
Okay. Because I like thinking about numbers in their whole. So it's like
Elijah used to do ratings like that.
Kinda.
I like how-
5 was average for him.
okay, yeah, it's like Anthony Fantano. Nothing gets a fucking 10. Or it's like, I'll be happy if an album gets 6. I'm like, yeah.
He doesn't really like Dark Side of the Moon.
No, he doesn't.
Fucking asshole.
He's
Yeah.
a goofy guy.
He's funny.
I like him.
The way his videos are edited is
He's,
pretty fun too. Like when he'll like do the thing where it's like him repeating himself, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
You should see his deleted meme channel videos. That is the plan. He did
They're pretty
very good editing and humor, and then it got taken down.
damn.
2017, what a time to be alive.
Yeah.
2016. I don't know how I would rate this movie because it's not a 10 and I don't know why. But I admired it and I loved it. So yeah, I'd say watch it if you haven't. But also, I'm an animation guy, so I want to make sure I'm not as biased as I am being.
Yeah.
I'll just say yeah, watch it. That's good.
Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it like a 7 or an 8, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony?
I'd probably give this like a 63 out of 78.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. This is definitely passing.
Yeah. Thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you, John.
Oh,
You
thank
did recommend
Thanks,
it.
Elijah.
Yeah, thanks, thank you, Elijah.
I was going through there, and I didn't get to the part yet where you recommended it, but I feel like it was implied to some extent.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, so the next movie is Ichi the Killer.
Yeah. So
So I recommended this. I saw it
probably like a year ago.
Probably about a year ago now, and remember telling Elijah about it. I was like, it'd be really cool to see Elijah's reactions. Well, it'd be cool to see anybody's reaction to this movie because this is like a movie you definitely react to. I remember really enjoying it. It did some research on like the guy, like the original manga and like the themes and stuff. So it's just fun to learn about and it's fun to talk about. So I thought it'd be cool to, I guess, recommend like that as like a first like of movies I've seen movie. So yeah, what'd you guys think about it?
Let me toss this real quick.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
It was,
Oh yeah, John. Yeah, John watched it with us too.
well, I guess my just the one thing that stuck out to me was the very first, not the very first beginning, but the title card, how it
Yeah.
came out of semen,
Yeah,
and I was
That's
like,
my favorite part.
yeah, that's one of my
movie.
favorite parts too.
That was so gross, and I was like, oh.
What did you say, Elijah, when the title came out of the semen?
I was like, probably like, oh no, or something.
I think you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, I read
What the
something.
fuck?
Like, it was like real cum.
Yeah.
Wow, it was real jizz.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
That's cool.
that's fucked up.
Was it like the directors or?
I just read it on the IMDb.
Okay.
I wonder how
Someone.
they did for that title sequence. Do you think they actually had like the title like physically there and they just like shoved it up through something?
It looks
No,
like it looks like animated or
it's-
something.
It's digital.
You think it's digital?
Yeah.
Looked too clean.
That was cool though. It's like,
was really
oh boy,
cool.
what a great way to like start a movie.
Yeah.
You know, just with like that opening sequence with like the crazy like city editing and
Yeah.
then just like, do we see the aftermath of Ichi killing the people in there yet, or is it just like jizz on the plant?
It's just jizz on the plant. No,
Okay.
that people at the beginning that he jacked off to was the
He like
The
kills
couple-
them
he
later.
kills them
on.
later, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
they don't show him really killing the boss guy. I think they show like a frame of it like really fast
Okay.
for like 3 seconds,
Okay.
and then it cuts to the cleanup crew.
Yeah, that movie was fucking bonkers. I'd put it up there. I don't know if I'd say it's like the most violent movie I've ever seen,
No.
but you make like a list of the most violent
Yeah.
movies you've ever seen, like Ichi at least gets like an honorable mention.
yeah,
Because that's like what we were talking about a little bit too. Like that's what the movie's about.
Mhm.
You know, the pleasure of inflicting pain and then
Having
the
it inflicted on you.
Exactly. Really like fucked up, but I wish I thought about that more when I was watching it.
yeah, I didn't either
Um,
until later.
You brought it up though, and it's like that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's why like Kikihara can like, or Kakihara.
Kakihara, yeah.
Okay. He can like cut off his tongue and like in a way it doesn't bother him.
Mhm.
You know, like he gets like gratification
Yeah.
from that, and then Ichi I feel is a bit more subtle with it,
Mhm.
but his scenes are really interesting, like especially like those close-ups of him when he's kind of has like this weird like smile, but it also looks like he might be trying to hold back like crying,
Mhm.
like right before he does some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, Takashi Miike.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm like, does this rank up there pretty good with the films of his that you've seen?
Yeah, this is top tier Miike right here. This is the
Yeah.
cream of the crop right here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go.
Go for it.
I already seen the film. I'm a Takashi Miike fan. And you gotta respect man for his craft. Over 150 IMDb credits.
God damn.
At certain points in his career, was directing 4 movies a year. And
Yeah.
we've already talked about it, but what's so genius about things like having the jizz title card and stuff like that, or like in any other movie that would be like the one thing, but that's how he starts the
Yeah.
movie, and it only gets crazier or
Mhm.
like stays at that level. And so I think it's a true feat to keep that momentum and intensity.
Mhm.
The other thing about Miike though is that I mean I've only seen like 4 of his films out of the 150. This guy's only 50. He's not even that old either.
What the fuck?
He's 50 like right now.
Yes, right now. He was
Holy
born.
shit.
So he made like
Or, like-
Ichi and like Audition when he was like 30.
He's in his like mid 50s. I want to say.
That's
Wow.
crazy though.
He was born in the
That's really
60s.
crazy.
He was born in the 60s.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Yeah.
Um,
God damn.
but like people talk about like he's made awesome films like this one and Audition and stuff like that. But he's also like actually like genuinely made like films that are unwatchable. People say like they're dog shit.
Mm.
Damn.
Which is interesting. That being said, though, he is also like one of the directors like that has kind of like been successful in every genre. Like he actually has made us like a good like children's film, a great action film. If you guys have seen 13 Assassins, just a great like crazy fucking film, and just like a genuine like genre classic with Audition, you know. And so like he always swings for the fences, and like a batting average, most times you don't hit a home run, but when you do, it's great. What's interesting too about like being such a how would you say it? A director with a large quantity of work, you know, is that I think it kind of like, at least for me, kind of changes the definition of directing, because you kind of think of the director as being there beginning, middle, and end, right? You know, and he really is like a working class director. He only directs. He has writing credits. He has other credits and stuff too, but you know he doesn't have 150 writing credits. I don't even think he wrote Ichi. Right? He got the script one day and he had a vision for it and he kind of just executed it. That being said, though, it's one thing to make 4 films a year, but we could talk about it too. The films are edited and shot in a way that feels so unique and of a voice. Because there's also stories too where like he just shoots, he just hands it off to post production crew and they kind of do everything. But it still feels like
Not run of the mill.
cut, like edit in camera, you know.
Yeah.
You shoot what you need and whatever, and sometimes that shit is crazy, you know. But Ichi's cool. Yeah.
Is like
cool to. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Or is the famous scene from this movie supposed to be the one with the hooks?
No.
For me, it was always the fist in his mouth.
Yeah, that's a really popular
okay.
one. The fist in the mouth. The last scene on the rooftop's pretty popular.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Where
scene.
he
Yeah.
like cuts the guy's neck.
The part where like Kakihara's like running away from Ichi. It's like slow motion kind of. You see his suit.
okay.
Like people use that
Okay.
shot a lot. A lot of Kakihara scenes are really popular.
Yeah, that's
looks cool.
like he's on the fucking cover of the movie, you know,
Yeah.
and it's called Ichi the Killer. Like, if anything, like he's the more standout character.
Oh, for sure.
And for a while, like at least on my first viewing, like even though I knew it wasn't Ichi, his name wasn't Ichi. Like you just kind of want to call him that, and then
He
Yeah.
looks like an Ichi.
Yeah. We talked about this last night. The Kakihara looks a lot like I wonder how much inspiration they took for Heath Ledger Joker, in terms of like just like design and stuff, like the slits in
the
the
scars,
mouths.
yeah.
Um,
Or even
Even
his
the outfits and stuff.
His like his worldview.
yeah, like all of it. It's just like he reminds me of like such a Joker character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody I talked to, or not everybody, but like everybody who watched it last night, everybody
well-
says Kakihara is like their favorite character.
How could he not?
Yeah.
He's so cool. He's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Or even just like that one shot where it's like he goes to reach in his suit jacket, everybody like gets up and like
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's such a good like trailer moment.
What'd you think, John?
I'm trying to think of a character that liked pain, because I know that I've read something or watched something about a character that enjoyed pain, like Kakihara. And I'm thinking back to this book that I read back in maybe 6th or 7th grade. It was called The Young Elites, and all I remember is that there was a guy who I forgot what it's called. He would whip himself with blades. You know, where you just go, psh, psh, I deserve this. Fuck. And this character would like whip himself with blades and cut his skin, and then the skin would grow back or something. And I think that's all that comes to mind about someone who likes pain. But yeah, I loved Kakihara's outfit. I would not like Jackie Chan. That guy has style, and
Yeah.
He has genuine swag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would try to replicate that.
For sure.
But I know that if I dressed up like Kakihara with the purple suits and everything, I would look weird, like a pimp.
Some
And
people
I'm not a pimp.
some people have like a swag and a style that that you want to adapt, while some people have one that's so like singular and you just
Yeah.
respect that they pulled it off.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
his work's like stupid fucking. Like he looks good like every shot he's in, Like even dude, that last outfit, like the material was made with, like it was all shiny, and that jacket was like, I don't even know what you call it. It had like this pearlescent like turquoise and like pink. It was just like, what the fuck? It looked cool in slow motion. Like all that shot looked cool.
He also, I think, I don't know if this is true or not, but the roof he shoots at the end, in the roof sequence, I feel like I've seen it in other Takashi Miike films. Like he just
Oh,
likes
for
to
real?
shoot in that fucking roof. Like,
Graveyard of Honor.
yes, it's in
Yeah.
fucking Graveyard. That's the one.
Yeah.
Is it really?
That's the one
That's what I
we
thought.
talked about.
Oh, is it?
What-
I don't remember. I don't
what-
remember it very well.
What it reminded me of more is that scene in Graveyard of Honor where he's standing on the ledge.
Or
And then there's
that was more of a
no, it's
prison, though.
but the actual set. Like I think he likes to use.
Oh,
that
okay.
one. Like I've
I
seen
gotcha,
it
gotcha.
in other ones. Sorry, I just it's not. I don't even
That-
have anything to say other
That
than
that
like-
would make sense though,
Yeah.
kind of.
especially if like you make so many films. You're like I know a spot.
They
for
were
this,
around
you
the
know?
same
and it's just-
time too, I think.
Yeah, he actually did have like a crazy like span of like 4 or 5 years, or like that was his peak, like where he was like making Audition, Visitor Q, Dead or Alive, and all those,
What'd you guys think of the violence in the movie?
It was pretty squeamish.
Is it graphic or gratuitous? You would say.
Some people would
Oh,
definitely
it-
say gratuitous.
I would say gratuitous. I think.
It-
Or wait. Remind me again. What's the
Or I guess I mean that.
definition
and-
of gratuitous?
It's like overdoing it.
yeah, or it's
Oh.
like, I'd say graphic is like it's strong, but like it's tasteful. Whereas like
Yeah, like the
True.
scene where like the lady gets her like nipples cut off.
Yeah, that's the one scene that got Elijah.
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
You're like, oh!
Ah.
It was a funny ass reaction.
Because I'm trying to
Mm.
compare it to like The Walking Dead, where you literally like on TV you see someone get shot in the head, and now that I grow up and I'm like, oh, whoa, that's on Kate or
That's on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
on
some real
TV.
shit. So I don't know. It's a mix of gratuitous and graphic, where I'm like, that's so gross. I don't know why I'm watching it, but it's based off a manga.
well, I guess
Yeah.
the better
So,
question
I
is
get it.
is do you think that Takashi Miike makes the difference
What do you mean?
in terms of like does he know he's being like gratuitous, or is it like
I think he had, just like with the scenes where like Ichi kills someone and the fucking CGI blood just splatters.
Oh, yeah, dude,
where
we
it's
gotta
just
talk about
ridiculous. I enjoy the parts where it like makes me like make a face like this, you
but,
know.
but that's what I'm saying, like he's not really involved in the post-production process. It's like really up to like the other
Mm.
people.
Well, just even like the practical effects scenes
Mhm.
where like she gets like the nipples cut off, the guy cuts his tongue off. The fucking the one that was my favorite was the hooks.
Yeah, mine too.
Just that whole set.
That's
Yeah.
crazy over the top, you know? And that's like one of the reasons like I love it though too.
Me too.
Because it feels like a movie that you turn on like on the Sci-Fi Channel at like 1 a.m. Is like, okay, I'll check this shit out. What the fuck? What am I watching, you know? Something cool too I read about the hooks scene. It took like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Whoa.
12 hours to
Yeah.
do the prosthetics.
Yeah.
Then 12 hours to shoot the scene.
Fuck, dude.
So
I
like
believe it.
was the guy just fucking awake for like a full fucking day?
Jesus
Yeah.
Oh
Christ.
my god, that's crazy.
It probably helped the performance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That scene was like my like scene where it was
I
just
love
like
that
scene
part.
was just like, oh, I didn't want to look away, but I did.
It looks so good. It
Yeah,
looks,
it does. Like anything like the fry. Oh, dude, I hate
the
I
pouring
hate
the
frying shit, like acid and like getting fried or like even burned. That shit just gets to me.
They're so convincing too.
Yeah.
Where because like Kakihara is like weapon of choice is like the ice pick, and he like sticks it in the guy's mouth, and you can see you see him. It's not like it's cut or anything. You see him put it through the guy's like cheek, and then you see it come through his mouth.
Yeah.
And you're like, how the fuck did they do that? You know,
Mhm.
it's so great. Like they went all the way, but like I'm glad they did.
That's another thing too. It's like it's not just like the violence or even the sets or all that stuff. Like he genuinely gets like great performances too, like and stuff like that, which is pretty cool.
I'd like to see Kakihara in like other things.
Me too. Like just as a like.
I
Really
think he
entertaining
was
character.
I'm gonna double check. I don't want to say it before I look, but I want to say he was something.
Oh no.
Like the actor.
Yeah, nothing bad, but
I like how he like keeps his lips together with like piercings.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
looks really cool.
Well, even when he's smoking, he like. he
That
keeps-
was
I
great.
love that part.
That was
I love that.
great.
Oh man, the fucking. We haven't even talked about this yet. The soundtrack.
It's
Oh,
really
dude,
cool.
I really dug the soundtrack a lot.
My favorite, I told you guys about it, but like my favorite music sequence is when Kakihara is walking with like the prostitute up into like, I think it's some drug dealer lady's house, but it's just like a long tracking shot of them walking up the apartment, and there's like just like a rock instrumental over it. It sounds really, really
Yeah.
cool. It just feels like swaggy.
Yeah.
And then he like takes her hand and like bends it
Yeah,
backwards.
bends the fingers.
You know.
Yeah, I like all the music was good. Like even that one part, it starts out with like I don't know what brass instrument it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a trumpet or anything. And then like some synth comes over it. Do you remember that one?
Well, what part did you say was that? Like near the beginning?
They use it so much.
Oh.
They use it a lot actually.
Probably if I heard it. The
Yeah.
one that really, I told you about the one that stood out.
I like that one. I like the song at the beginning too. I like that they reuse it. It's just I don't even know how the song goes. It's not even like you can't even do it with your mouth. But they use it at the end when the slow motion scenes were on the rooftop.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
and you said you've like looked into or read some of the manga.
I haven't read much of it, but I saw this guy talking about it, and apparently like the themes are a little bit more present there.
Is Ichi more of the main character in the manga, or is it still kind of split between him?
I think it's still kind of split because the way that guy was talking about the manga, apparently it's more of like it comes across more of like a really like weird love story.
really
But, like not with sex, but like with violence.
Yeah,
Mm.
So like Kakihara is like you get that like he loves feeling pain. So that's why whenever he talks to people, he's like, there's no love in your pain, or like there's no passion behind it. It's just because he wants to feel it. Like he
Yeah.
wants to feel the passion behind pain. And then Ichi the killer, like the way that their characters are set up, like in terms of their traits and the way they deal with violence in the moment, it's pretty obvious that he tried to write them in ways that were like completely opposite. Like Ichi's doing all this like phenomenal violence, but he's like crying. And Kakihara's like, he's like almost like laughing, and like you can see in his face that he's enjoying it.
some Batman Joker.
Yeah, some Batman Joker shit. Like
Yeah.
even like Ichi the killer has like a Batman-esque outfit.
I was
And-
gonna bring
and
that up.
Kakihara
I was
looks
gonna-
kind of like the Joker.
Like there's that scene in The Dark Knight where like Batman starts to beat him up in the interrogation room, and he's
Yeah.
kind of like laughing about it.
Yeah. How did Ichi get the suit? Like,
I don't
did
think-
they
no.
explain it? Or no?
I
I always miss that.
I read
I think the
something-
old man probably gave it to him. Is my guess.
You know how there's the one on the back?
Yeah.
I read something that Ichi means one.
Yeah, it does.
So okay, that's cool. He didn't look scary in it. He almost looked like a knockoff Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially like his face and his haircut just looks so fucking normal.
Yeah.
And the manga, he looks more like a superhero. Like his face is more like boyish, and his haircut is like almost like a pompadour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks a lot more cartoony.
'Cause-
Like, he looks like Astro Boy almost.
Astro Boy.
Yeah, straight up.
Is it fair to say he's like a serial killer?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it's an interesting like character design for a serial killer. You know?
Yeah.
Kakihara seems more like a serial killer than Ichi does.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
Because it makes it like beyond the actual like serial nature of a serial killer. It makes it ritualistic. He has to
Mhm.
he has to,
Mhm.
to don this fucking suit to do the deeds. Yeah.
I really like the Batman Joker comparison, especially with like all those like Batman memes where it's like somebody like jaywalks and it shows like it's just a picture of this like Batman beats him up, and it shows this picture of this dude like his limbs are all broken and shit. He just like beat the shit.
It's like Super.
Yeah, it's like just Batman just like loves beating the shit out of people. But yeah, I like the themes a lot. Like this is the one movie like I was talking to you about. This is one movie I've seen where it's like they really talk about like the emotion both sides of like having like enjoying feeling pain and then enjoying like inflicting pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting topic. Like I don't see
It
anyone
is.
talk about it.
It's like essentially a BDSM
Yeah.
movie. To like the max. To the max.
Or even just like the title, like semen implies pleasure, but it's like the title is like Ichi the killer, so it also implies violence.
Yeah, like sex and
It's pretty
violence.
Or like those feel like the two extremes of pleasure, right?
Yeah.
There's never like a sex scene or like nudity in the movie too without it being related to violence.
Yeah.
There's no like just like like movies have like normal sex scenes, I guess.
Just the one.
Probably the closest to that is like when the guy's raping the girl.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like really brutal and kind of hard to watch on its own, let alone like Ichi coming in and like tearing the guy's guts all up and shit.
Yeah. Or even just like whenever Ichi's like killing somebody, he has a boner.
Yeah.
He's like that one part where he stands up and he's like, my dick is standing up.
Did the guy hypnotize him into having erectile dysfunction?
He may have. I think it was a mistake. But that one part he's talking about how he hypnotized Ichi, and he's like, I really overdid it with the rape story.
That whole sequence is so funny.
It's also like really dark comedy.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. What's the whole thing with the hypnosis guy? Just like plot wise, he just like.
I was thinking about that because like even structurally, it's weird that they introduced it so late.
It doesn't really feel like very explained.
No.
You're just, but in a way, it's kind of one of those movies too, where it's like certain information that you receive, you kind of just run with it.
Yeah. Or even like when he kills himself at the end, like you kind of have to like think of your own reasons why he killed himself.
Yeah.
Like my best bet is just like he was trying to set up this like either just trying to kill the Yakuza. I mean, which they all died, right? Like all of them died, but he still wouldn't kill himself. So I think it's like more than that. It's like he was trying to set up a story or something like that, or just I don't even know, or he's just trying to be entertained. I have no idea.
That scene is really cool though too, because you see the
kids
kindergartners like running away, and then you just see a guy like dangling from the tree. Hanging scenes in movies have always been like really effective for me too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they kind of bother me a little bit.
What about it?
Something seeing like feet dangling and maybe just like swaying a little bit. It just, I don't know.
You know,
I see it and I have a reaction to it.
How would you shoot it?
How would I shoot it?
Yeah.
I'd do it like kind of like, I feel like a cheesy way. Or not a cheesy way, but like a way that's used a lot where it's like, I wouldn't necessarily show the person's face. Maybe just like, say like someone was hanging from right there. I would kind of just like pan across the room. This one's pan, right?
Yeah.
It's pan. Tilt, pan.
Yeah,
pan
there you
across
go.
the room. And then just like you see legs. You see legs like halfway
dangling
down the screen. And you just get the idea.
Yeah.
Maybe like swaying like a little bit. What's a movie?
Did you
Like The Conjuring?
I wasn't.
There's there's like a part in The Conjuring where like a lady's hanging from a tree and you like see her legs. What are you gonna say?
Oh no, I was just gonna. Did you see Jojo Rabbit, the Taika Waititi?
No, I
There's
need to.
I won't give it away. But,
Yeah.
Okay.
But you should check it out. Just there's a scene you might like in there.
Okay.
That's funny.
What's like your guys' favorite like suicide scene in movies?
You got. I don't want to say it, and I gotta show it to you guys.
Okay.
Oh, Last Days.
Oh,
That's a clever way of showing.
that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't fun, but it was like
Yeah.
visually it was just like, oh, that's cool.
I think Fight Club when the guy shoots his mouth.
Yeah,
I guess he
yeah,
didn't
that
die.
that technically counts. Yeah.
Self-harm.
Mm.
Well, he does kill himself, kind of. He kills a part of
Kills-
himself.
Yeah, Tyler.
Yeah.
Spoiler. I can't think of a good suicide scene right now.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, the
There's
guy
2.
hangs himself in that one.
I think I like the one in that. You've seen Shawshank.
Mhm.
Okay.
I need to rewatch it.
It's been a long
I've
time,
seen it,
yeah.
but
Do you know like the part, or
faintly. Like,
okay, you'll experience it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one thing I guess. You can't really tell the movie. You're like giving away a
Yeah,
spoiler.
yeah, suicide scenes.
What's
are,
your
like,
favorite
spoilers.
spoiler?
Let me think. Oh, I like that one character. The dude is always doing heroin, and he's like in the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The surgery.
Yeah, he's always like smacking.
He was a cool
smacking his
character.
arm.
Yeah, I liked him when he was on the screen.
Did you like the cop?
Which the gun, like the guy who
He has the
got
kid.
fired.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that
I think
guy.
he gets fired.
He was I don't know. He kind of annoyed me. Like it seemed like the way the movie treated him. Like I felt bad for him when I first watched him, but this time around I was just kind of annoyed by him. It's just like you can tell the movie was just like really just this is a character that you kind of feel bad for, but he also like does some dumb or like weird stuff. Like he goes and he like starts beating the shit out of that one girl after she got tortured. Like, and he was doing that just because like he was just like frustrated that people weren't respecting him and stuff, or like it came across that way. Or what else?
He was kind of like a B plot that I didn't care about too much.
Yeah, me neither.
I know you said too, like it gets a little funky,
Mhm.
like in the second act,
Mhm.
and you can feel it a little
Yeah,
bit.
the pacing.
But oh, sorry. I said I feel like I made that seem like I was gonna say more.
I do
wasn't.
that all the time. Don't worry.
I was waiting for it.
I'm not gonna say anything else. You
Anthony,
guys can
what
go
do you
for
think
it.
of that character, Anthony?
Pretty similar to what you guys were saying. And to be honest, it feels like a Miike thing where like the B plot is always kind of just like either strange or not really with it with the rest of the movie. And maybe I'm just giving too much credit to him as a director, but like at least to me, if you could feel the parts that he's excited about to shoot or like to do, and like he just you know
Yeah.
there's a lack of thought put into how this fits into the larger narrative or the feature. You
It's
know?
almost like he was given the script and this was in there, so it's like this is in there, so we'll shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It had that energy.
Yeah. Where
Even
it's
that,
like,
even that character is just like, even the writers were just like,
yeah.
They're probably commissioned by the studio.
Yeah.
He gets like excited about like the jizz in the title sequence.
Yeah.
Some things feel like maybe just like title sequence, and he's like, let's make that jizz, you know? Like,
Yeah. Real jizz.
Yeah.
Someone had to like go through several people too.
That was like a decent amount of jizz.
Yeah. They're like, okay, we know we want this, but we actually want it.
Yeah,
you know?
the sperm was
Get
confused.
like a production assistant to just like jack off. I don't know.
Get one of the gaffers over here.
What if it was Takashi Miike?
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be really cool.
That's
His
like-
jizz is on
that's
camera.
like
Yeah, I
Mo-
was gonna say.
a third of that jizz is mine.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
like his wife or some shit.
Like, going that extra step of real jizz. If I was the director, I'd want it to be mine, just to show the
Yeah.
world, hey, look at this. But as for, I was gonna say this during the pain part. It's weird to think about pain because at some point it all is just kind of electrical signals.
Yeah.
So what if that electrical signal got switched with the
Sex or
pleasure,
something.
the
Mhm.
love signal, and then someone needs to get beaten up to come.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, that's kind of what's going on with society, is that you get torture porn,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't come unless you see someone get bloody,
Yeah.
bruised. So it's a funny little thing to think about.
That reminds me of Loveless Elijah. That one character.
Yeah.
Um,
Coming soon.
yeah. Coming soon,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I like it's it's interesting to hear people talk about it or like just talking about it in general.
It's like something too that's like super taboo.
Yeah.
But there's definitely like people out there who are like that, and just even like that can apply to like sexuality.
Yeah.
Just in general, the whole idea of like what you need, like for some people, what you need to like get off.
I like how the words even start with the letter P.
Porn.
No, pain, just pain and pleasure.
Oh.
Yeah, Elijah's a porn girl. When was the last time you jacked off?
I won't.
It's okay. No, don't.
I won't incriminate myself
No,
this
don't.
time.
This time.
I've done it before.
Wait, oh man, I'll upload.
You'll
the clip.
see
I'll
it.
upload the clip on Instagram.
Yeah,
when
I
think
won't
it's uploaded.
repeat it.
It was funny.
I feel like I'm somewhere down the road. I'll have like a job coming or something, and they'll be like, "Oh, what's this? Bad Country, episode 58 or whatever." Elijah.
We'll make sure you're working in the film industry, so you don't have to worry about it as much.
We'll make something cool. That
Yeah.
way, like we can have like a little bit of a name, and then that happens, so it kind of mitigates the canceling.
Yeah.
No,
So-
it'll if we make something cool, then it'll be cool that we said that because we weren't afraid to.
Yeah.
Just do
That's
whatever.
true. You do like a Tyler the Creator thing,
Yeah.
and just say like I can say whatever I want because I
Yeah.
don't care. Yeah. Now we gotta make something cool though.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
You don't even have
yeah,
to put
it's on the way. Yeah, that is cool that they start with the letter P though.
Yeah.
Porn, pleasure, pain, penis,
Pussy.
pussy, yeah.
Punish.
Punish.
Yeah. Pee-pee.
Pug.
Pug. Yeah. Puggle.
Poop.
Yeah, but
Poop. Don't say poop. Pee, poop. Yeah. All that.
poop porn. Oh. Yeah.
Lift yourself.
Oh, what'd you guys think of the little kid?
I thought he was kind of, cause he's like, I feel like he was still part of like the cop
Yeah, the B plot.
B plot.
It was like another C plot.
I didn't have too much. Yeah. I didn't
Strange
have too
choice to have.
Yeah.
Much. It doesn't, in a way though, like, it doesn't take away too much from the greatness of the other stuff.
I like how the movie's almost like kind of meta with it. It's like a Kakihara, like his whole that final confrontation with Ichi is like ruined by like the B plot and C plot in a way. The
Yeah,
movie itself
yeah.
is almost like ruined by the B plot and C plot. Is like
It really
the B
is
plot and C
self-reflexive.
plot is gonna like ruin the movie for everybody. I don't know if it was like that
That's
in the
funny.
manga, but it felt that way in the movie. It's like the little kid just kicking Ichi the killer.
That's really funny.
Oh yeah, what do you guys think of that final like showdown?
I was annoyed that they didn't, because of that kid and like Ichi crying, and I was thinking this isn't cool. And, like I wanted a big showdown and stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess we kind of got it.
Check out 13 Assassins.
Okay.
You want to see like Ichi giving it to Kakihara,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and then this kid's just like kicking him,
Mhm.
and it's
Mhm.
goofy.
And I thought like maybe is that a good way to, what is it called? Oh, I forgot. Twist your audience.
A little bit, yeah. I was thinking about that last
Mhm.
night when I was watching it.
But then I was like, no, because this isn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
Feels like I got cheated. So yeah, I thought it was cool.
Mhm.
That top building I thought was interesting because of the gate that was there. And
Yeah.
I thought it reminded me of the I think the Chrysler Tower in New York or something. Go up to the top and you look at everything. Then I thought maybe that's like suicide prevention or some shit.
Mhm.
Yeah. That was cool.
When I first watched it, I wasn't like a big fan of the ending.
Mm-hmm.
But watching it a second time, I did like it a little bit more, just because like the way Ichi's character comes off is just like you don't want him to be your superhero, you know? Like he's
No.
just always, you know, he's crying. He's like very like just a very disappointing
He's
person
a
to
wimp.
look at. You know, he's like
Kind
a
of
wimp.
wimpy.
Yeah, and like just sad to look at.
It's uncomfortable
Yeah.
looking at him.
So like that ending's just like I felt like it was good, a good way to show like what his character is.
Yeah.
It was like that's Ichi. He's not a superhero. But I do like that last scene where Kakihara's like
with the blood.
It's like a he pokes his ears out and he can't hear, and then Ichi's like rushing at him, and
it's like almost like one last act of self-inflicted pain.
Yeah, I mean, like it seemed like he was gonna kill himself, and he stopped, and then when he heard that the kid died or whatever, the main reason why I like that is just because for Kakihara's character, he just wants to he wants to be scared. He wants to be like be pushed beyond where he's been put before. He wants to get killed basically, and having him be disappointed and thinking like it's all over, and then it's like that one last twist and he actually is gonna get killed, and he's like really put off guard. Like he was like you can't hear, like he's lost his sense.
Yeah.
And he just like sees the vision of Ichi coming at him, and then when he's falling, he's like, "This is great." Like I'm just imagining like dying and seeing that, or like being in his body as that's happening. It just probably feels so quick, just like this like extreme rush for like 5 seconds,
and then it's gone.
And then he's just gone, and he's just gone. It's like all done. Like his last moment is just him saying, "Wow, this is awesome," and then he's dead.
It's like Nirvana for him though.
Yeah. Like that was it. That's like. He technically, like that's how he wanted to die. Like he got what he wanted. That's like wish fulfillment.
There's a movie that's like that. I'll think of it at some point. Oh, Crash is kind of like that.
I really want to watch that movie.
I haven't seen Crash, but that's like a thing about Crash.
Similar, yeah.
Like them thinking about the way that they want to go out and like jacking off to it.
Anything else you guys want to talk about with Ichi the Killer?
That movie was really cool. Really fun, like midnight horror movie type of thing.
True midnight madness.
Yeah, and like you think about it a little bit, the themes are there. And if you like the themes, it sounds like the manga would be interesting to look at a little bit.
Yeah.
You said you read the manga for Homunculus?
Yes, this dude also wrote something called Homunculus. And it's similar in like delving into like human psychology type of themes, but the premise there is this dude who used to work at like this really like big business, like money, like I forget if it was real estate or like stock or something, but he goes and he starts living as a homeless dude in his car, and all of a sudden this like really flamboyant like scientist, like he's like basically gay, or I don't know if they ever say it, but he's basically gay, and he comes up to him and he's like, "I need you for a science experiment, and I'll pay you like a fuckload of money to do it." And the main character, he's just a bum. And he's like, "All right, what is it?" And he takes him to like his lab and everything. And he's like, "All right, I want to do trepidation on you for like, you know what trepidation is?"
Mm-mm.
So trepidation is where, and they've done this like throughout human history, where they drill a hole through your skull to see if you like get like, sixth sense or something like that. So that's what that story's about.
Oh, fuck.
And they do it to him, after like, like some like debate type shit, like structurally in the script. He does it. And nothing happens, but when he closes one eye and he looks around at people, they just look like these weird fucking like robots and like reptiles and stuff like that. They all look weird, or like sand people. It's an interesting concept, and it sounds a little goofy at first, but it's pretty entertaining. I remember I read it in like less than a week.
Oh wow!
And I was just listening to 2 songs to it back to back.
Oh wow!
While reading it, it was fun. But yeah, he likes
fucked up shit.
He just likes fucked up shit. Yeah. And there's like some fucked up sex shit in there too. Yeah, do you guys wanna rate it?
Yeah. I want to change my rating system. I'm getting kind of annoyed with it.
Why?
I don't know.
All right, well, what is your rating? What is your rating system?
Just out of 10. It's boring.
You've done a few.
You've been pushing the form. You've been pushing boundaries with yours in the past few episodes.
That's true.
We're
getting there.
What'd you do? You said for Save the Green Planet, I would save the Green Planet.
Yeah.
All right, how are you gonna do it then?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking.
You can figure it out for the next episode.
Ichi the Killer, I would kill Ichi. I would say I would give it a 7 out of 10. Like this one is more defined than the Fantastic Planet, because I'm like, I wouldn't watch it again, because that one part where the girl got her tits chopped off, something like that. Like I just kind of imagined what the CIA would do to me if I fell out of line or something. I was like,
Wait, what do you? Oh, like cutting off your
Oh,
nipple.
yeah.
or maybe it doesn't have to be the CIA. It'd have to be like
The Yakuza.
The Yakuza,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Mexican cartel. Don't fuck with the Mexican cartel. Don't do anything illegal in
Don't
Mexico.
cheat at a casino.
Yeah.
Don't count cards in blackjack.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know if I want those memories or thoughts coming back to me.
You don't want to manifest it.
Yeah. So yeah, just a 7 out of 10. I'd watch it, but I don't know if I'd rewatch
Right,
it.
yeah.
Maybe with my parents. Something. Just to fuck 'em up. But,
You fuck him up.
Fuchsia.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, of course.
This was a bit of a thank you movie.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably give this 21 out of like 26 Takashi Miike films.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
The good ones.
Yeah. It's probably like 20. Yeah, it's probably like 26
Yeah.
good ones out there.
The Takashi Miike has like some funny credits too, right? Like some.
He makes children's films. Like he makes like straight up kids movies.
Wow.
So he makes all types of
check
shit.
some of those out.
He also did a live action adaptation of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't know if
Did
you-
he
Oh.
really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That'd be interesting.
He was also involved with the original anime.
I didn't know that.
That was like one of the
That's
first
really
things.
cool.
The old one or like the one now?
in the 90s.
Oh, okay. So
That
yeah,
was like one of
the
like the
old
first
one,
big
OG
things from
one.
his
That's
career.
really cool, actually.
That's really that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't watch JoJo, but the way it looked in the
I don't
90s
watch
was
it
really
either, but
cool.
like it's strange that he's the guy that like why would you? If you see what the live action one looks like, it's the goofiest shit.
it kind of has to be.
It has to be, but
Yeah.
still.
I'd
Wait.
give it like a 7.
7.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, 7 or 8.
I would give this. I'd probably give this like an 8.7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
B plus.
Yeah, B plus.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I liked the close-up shots of Ichi. Maybe there were some other shots, but it really felt like an adaptation of a manga. And I forgot where else I've seen it. Maybe I saw it in like Jackie Chan movies, where it's just the framing of characters looks very like an an art, a little
Like it's drawn.
thing. Yeah.
Composed.
And it reminded me of Ichi the Killer's just hairstyle and his face when he's like doing that weird face you were talking about. Reminds me of a character from the One Punch Man manga.
You're a big fan of that.
One Punch Man?
Yeah. I think it was either One Punch Man when he had hair, or the first kid One Punch Man saves. But that kid, now that I'm remembering him, had like a huge butt chin.
Oh
So I
yeah.
doubt
I
it
remember,
was,
yeah, I remember that. Okay, so next is Afterlife.
Yes. So, I remember hearing that this was like entering the Criterion Collection, and I saw like what the tagline for it was, and the idea of people choosing what memory they want to have after they've died, and I'm like, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Movies about death, I guess, I find pretty interesting. So, I didn't even know that the director of this was the guy who did Shoplifters. I haven't seen Shoplifters,
He's a
but
master.
I've heard good things about it. It won the Palme d'Or.
Damn.
So
I love that movie.
hearing that was kind of like, okay, this is interesting. And I thought it'd probably make for a good discussion, and I think it would. But we can't have that because John flaked on us.
Wow. What the fuck?
We just had to skip. Just skip. We didn't watch it.
So
Yeah.
time for
What the
Incendie.
Fucking oh, dude.
Well, by the time I found out that it was like 1 hour long, it
Oh,
was already
1
like-
hour long.
It's not, it's not an hour long.
I meant Fantastic Planet.
Oh,
No,
okay.
you
okay.
good? No, I love you, John. You showed me Dark Side of the Moon.
But John flaked on us. Dude, I like how you made eye contact with him at that moment.
Is it alright if I get a glass of water?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I always ask.
No, you're all
One
good.
day I'm gonna have the best bottle.
You're all good.
Fuck. I don't know if I should talk about this, but it
What?
really goes with. This kid thinks he's a superhero.
You know him? But you know him?
I sort of. I got him on the Insta.
Mm-hmm.
I was I was in plays with him in high school.
Okay, so you like saw him in person, yeah.
I know who he is. I think he knows who I am.
Okay, cool.
But he never told me this, so he doesn't know that I know.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, is he actually like dressing up?
I forgot if he has his costume yet.
Is he actually trying to like go dress up and go?
He thinks he's like the kids from Kick-Ass.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
And I think he said something like, God gave him his powers. Or something.
That's interesting.
And, he's training, and he's trying to get strong and buff.
Dude.
So that he can...
I mean, this is kind of fucked up. And the consequence... So I was going to tell him to keep doing that. Because I really want to record that kid. The consequences of telling him to keep doing that is that he could potentially get his ass whooped or get fucking killed. You know, but
For real.
but
Make for good art.
but it would be really cool to like make a documentary about that kid's life.
I know. I just thought about that, like having him here, dressed up, and
I love him on a wizard.
and we start
flat
like
out.
wrestling with him or some shit. We see
I'd like
if
to-
he can take all of us.
Yeah, like try to like.
What's his
film
origin
one.
story?
He was in a
trying
play?
to remember.
Wait, who is this guy? Sorry, it's on me for not being here.
No.
man.
It's
Catch me up.
John. John knows this kid. They're in a play together, and apparently he posted on Instagram like God gave him powers, and he's trying to train and get a costume so he can be a superhero.
His powers activated.
Yeah.
During that one eclipse thing.
Yeah.
He just figured it out. You shouldn't post about it.
But I was telling John like, tell him to keep training and actually do it. But I was also like, but understand that if you tell him that, you might also be telling him to basically get his ass whooped.
Yeah, you're like giving him like a death note. Right?
Yeah. So I don't know, but if he does go through with it, I'd like to get that kid. on
I know.
video.
I know some other vigilantes if he's looking to network. And
For
and
real?
make-
Do you
make-
actually?
Not act. They do vigilante things, but
Oh no.
Can I?
they're not heroes.
Oh, gotcha.
Can I call my friend who just texted me about this?
Sure. You put him
Um,
on speaker and tell him.
I mean, you didn't watch the
Okay.
movies.
True. Hey, Colleen.
Hey, John.
That's like an actual kid.
Yeah, this is my friend Colleen.
Hey, what up?
Hi,
Hi.
Colleen.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Can you guys hear this?
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually can. Yeah.
Can you tell us about? Wait, should we say his name?
Maybe not.
I did it for your voice. Sorry.
Okay.
No, if you want to, up to you, up to you.
What's the superhero name?
I think it was like an acronym TS. I think.
Fuck yeah.
Tis.
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 Um,
Tis.
All right. I guess tell us about Tis.
All right. So one day we were just sitting in in like a club or something, and he just was getting really serious. And he's like, "I have something like really important to tell you, but it's kind of embarrassing. I don't really want you to tell anybody else."
And now we're here.
And I was
Well,
like,
yeah, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Nobody can laugh.
Yeah, well, I'm across the country now. You can't do anything about it. So,
True.
but he was like, so basically, before he was born, okay, like when he was in his mother's womb, he had a vision, all right? A vision that some entity was telling him that he was gonna be a superhero that was like destined to save the world. And because of that, he was getting ready. He didn't know when his powers were gonna come or when like he had to save the world. So he'd been working on a costume, and he had like pictures of him and like a little felt mask.
Don't
he had
laugh.
cut
Don't
out,
laugh.
And like a cape he got on Amazon. Basically, one day was gonna come, and he kind of had to step up, and he was going to be the savior of our world. And you know, like sometimes you know, some people are good at telling jokes and they can prevent themselves from laughing. When I tell you, this man, like his soul was speaking to me. He meant it. He meant it. And fun fact, that kid, he's now in a pyramid scheme. That's not relevant. I just think it's funny.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I
I
forgot
was-
that it
yeah.
went that deep. I didn't know.
Yeah.
What kind of pyramid scheme?
Yeah, I guess what type of pyramid?
What
You
are his
know,
powers?
knives. Yeah.
So-
He called me one day and asked if I wanted to sit through a presentation.
Selling knives? Is it Cutco?
I'm not sure.
It probably
I'm
is
not sure the
Cutco.
brand. It's just
You've heard of
knives.
Cutco?
Yeah, they came
I
from my
almost
bro-
got
they
into
came from my
Cutco.
brother.
Yeah, they came from me
Oh,
too.
shit. Cutco, it's killer out there. They're tricky. They'll get you.
What were his superpowers supposed to be? He doesn't know.
Well, super strength. First of all, he knew he was. That's why he would always be at the gym, because he was like, they're gonna kick in, and I'd be like ready to handle it. And then I think he had power over time. I don't know if he could like slow down time or stop it, but whatever the acronym was, I know the T was time. I don't know what the S was, but I know
Time
the T was
strength.
Time straight.
Time strength. Time strength. You should call him. Get him on the podcast.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I get like wait right now or
No,
Hey,
later.
it's
No,
your
later.
podcast.
Like another one. Another in person.
okay.
Later.
The other reason I now remember this why I also fuck with him is because he posts like PragerU stuff. On
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
so he's conservative.
yeah, like weird stuff, and I'm like, do you know what you're posting?
That
PragerU.
gets down the rabbit hole. His Instagram stories always go like PragerU boobs, PragerU, him in the gym, boobs, PragerU.
Yeah.
Boobs. Like pictures of just like hot girls? Or like
Yeah. Just boobs out. Yeah. John likes it. John knows what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, John's like, I fuck with this guy. And
So, yeah, I forgot all about that. That's such a good story.
That is
Yeah,
so
that's a
funny,
really
yeah.
good
And that's like
story.
a cool origin story.
Yeah. Maybe my origin story, I'll become like the villain. I'll just be like, one day this loser kid told me he was gonna be a superhero, so I vowed that day to become like his villain and take him down because I thought it was so cringy.
what would your powers be? To what would combat time and strength?
Oh, John, help me out.
Oh, ice powers. Slow him down.
Just the ice powers.
Freeze him in time.
Maybe just not being cringe.
Being base.
Being base.
Being base. Being base. That's
Base.
my power. Just being base.
Being
That's
base.
a good one.
Damn, I don't know, because if he controls time, that means that he's like in the fifth dimension. Or no,
Right.
He's
The
in
fourth
the fourth
dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the deity spoke to him before he was born. Was in the fourth dimension.
Oh wait, has he
God
spoke to
explained-
Jesus? Like, has he seen Jesus at all?
He didn't say like who this person was. It definitely could have been Jesus.
What's his
Yeah.
name? What's his name?
You can't. You can't.
Oh.
That's his
Secret
secret identity.
What does it rhyme with?
T.S.
Oh, that's it. Those are his initials.
Those could be his initials.
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, I guess we could say his name rhymes with Ray J.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
AJ?
Sort of like you have to like,
You gotta think about it,
yeah.
All right.
or
Gotcha.
don't think about it.
Yeah, I won't. I mean, I will. I won't say it.
Well, yeah. Thank you for that story.
Yeah, no problem.
I
Glad I can
love
contribute.
that story.
All right, talk to you later.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Wow.
I looked
That was
at I had to
amazing.
look at the timestamp because I need to go back and like clip this. That was fucking funny. Damn.
Oh.
God spoke to him while he was still in
In
the
the womb. Yeah. That was fucking funny. Dude.
That's like some 2001 Space Odyssey.
I wonder what his
He's
suit would
still
look
the
like.
baby.
Yeah. I like to.
It'd be like a graph.
Dude,
A graph.
Time
did you
by
hear that?
strength.
Time
Did you hear
by
that Wyatt is
strength.
moving back to. He's moving away.
No.
Moving
What?
back home. He said he's moving in like December, January.
No.
So, we need to have that dinner with him soon.
We need to get him on the podcast.
I think I was about to say that. We need to have him on the
Dinner
podcast.
and then the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Dinner on the podcast.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Wait,
So we need to have him on.
Wyatt?
Wyatt.
He's that
Wyatt.
dude that was fighting in that one Casa Verde show.
Yeah, I remember Wyatt.
Did I
Back
send you
to-
the video?
Back
Yeah,
to
it's okay.
Afterlife.
The time strength graph though, it should be like it should like you should be able to move whatever the dot is. Like I have more time and more strength, you know. It should be more on his arm, you know, to control. Sorry. All right.
Y'all good.
Now back to
I don't know
After-
if you can
afterlife.
live up to that. That was
in like conversation.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
epic.
alright.
I haven't laughed that hard in like a month, I want to say.
Well,
Yeah, what are your
I
guys'
enjoyed the movie.
I did too.
I didn't like it more than Shoplifters, but like, it felt like the early stages of like someone who would go on to master the craft. You know what I mean? And then, concept-wise, though, it's interesting. You know, and not just that. The self-reflexive nature of having it be like about like film and filmmaking as well.
That's really cool.
Or not even so much like necessarily about film, like the same way that I would say like Boogie Nights is, you know, but like about story, and how. There's just like one quote in Adaptation where they talk about like, if you don't think there's any drama in real life, you know, there's like drama on every corner. You just don't see it. But like instead of just like looking at like what we did in the acting class, where we look around for it, and kind of like turn it to ourselves. Like the drama's right in front of you.
Yeah. I really like that idea of adapting your favorite memory.
It feels that probably is kind of like what filmmaking is like, right? When you put whatever
Yeah.
of yourself into the film, it probably is. I don't know if favorite's the right word, but at least a significant part of yourself. We gotta watch Phantom Thread. There's one part in there that I love.
Okay.
I liked despite like being the afterlife, it felt very just like grounded.
Yeah.
Everybody like they couldn't just like magically make the memory. There's like we need like a crew to make this shit.
That was cool. I like how it wasn't like a heaven or hell.
Yeah.
It was like
still,
completely like
Earth.
neutral.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like some sort of like ethereal purgatory either. You know?
No, it was very grounded. I like how, just like in the rooms too, the walls, the color of the walls is so bland.
Yeah. I don't even remember what color they were.
It doesn't. It's like not like a memorable color.
No.
You know. It feels just.
Every day.
Yeah, because when there's movies about like the afterlife, tends to be exaggerated, you know, and this was like void of exaggeration. And it's
Very
also
literal.
kind of like it's shot like a documentary.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was telling John on the way over here, it's like some of the parts where they're just sitting down with them at the table feel like a Criterion Collection interview.
It felt like the Criterion special
Yeah.
features.
Kinda like they're just like talking to someone off camera. The camera's static. It's more about like the person than like a great big visual flair. And I still like the way the movie looks though. Like it's not like poppy colors like a Fantastic Planet type of thing. It's not going for that, obviously, but
It's well lit.
yeah. Do you think they naturally lit it? Because
They
there's
at least sold that it was.
because like
a lot of windows.
it would look like the windows were kind of like the outside of them was like overexposed, and the light was just the room they were in was being lit by the light from outside. In a way, too, that kind of is cool. Now that I think about it, because that could kind of be like the outside of that is like the real afterlife.
Yeah.
Was there a soundtrack to the movie?
Very
Was
quiet.
it mostly quiet?
I don't
remember any songs.
It
There were
almost
people singing.
At times, it almost reminded me of like Michael Haneke, because he has like a lot of long shots with static camera, with a static camera, and I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me a little bit of what's it called? After School.
Yes. Yes.
Very similar in like tone and just like a
Visual
mostly
tone.
yeah, visual tone. Just like everything's very just like neutral. Even like the acting is like,
it's
like the actors could go there, but it's
down.
like the acting is very like, just tame, like very just like grounded.
I read something too, like the interviewees were real people. just like talking about like their lives.
It seemed that way. Like
Yeah.
they were genuinely just
Mhm.
asked the question and
Mhm.
answered it right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought too.
What was like your favorite or some of the memories you found to be interesting? Some people related.
I liked the part where the girl filmmaker person kind of tries to like coach the girl and asking because the girl's like, my favorite memory is going to Disneyland, you know. She's like, yeah, actually a lot of people say that. And then she does come back with like a very like unique and like detailed memory that could be very heartfelt. But then like to know that she like just like had kind of constructed it, you know, to make it sound like how she thought it should your final memory to live with forever should sound like. But then to then be revealed that the girl filmmaker actually has like a memory like that, you know. She knows how her dad's like head smelled. I like that part. It makes me think about multiple things. Like, I guess when I think about memories, like the details that actually stick out to me. But then on top of that, the way that I guess you want to be perceived, right? Like in terms of like what you want people like when you tell someone a story or like a memory.
How you want them to respond to it, kind of. Even if
how
it's like
how you want them to think that you remember that thing, you know. You could kind of you can add, you could take away whatever you want because it's like they didn't experience it. The experience they're having of that memory is the one you give them, you know? And that's kind of, I think, again, what I was saying before, it kind of ties into like the whole thing of like film, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's what you decide to show and how you show it.
What about you, Elijah? What memory did you think was interesting?
I like the lady who they say has like the memories of when she was a 9-year-old girl.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
that
they
was
said
interesting.
she just like never like progressed past that stage.
Or no, she had dementia.
Okay, that makes
so
sense.
like she could only remember.
I remember the lady talking about the earthquake was pretty interesting. There's the guy who thinks he's cool and doesn't want to have a
21-year-old,
memory.
Yeah. I did actually like that character.
That character was like that character though, he's like the reflection of like the people who end up having to work there.
Yeah.
And then that's something I really like the idea. There's memories that you're going to have in life that are painful, even if they're good. And it seems like what makes it a hard decision for a lot of people is having to choose like a memory like that to have for the rest of their life. But isn't there a line in there where they say like the only emotion you'll be feeling is the memory you choose to remember?
Yeah.
So would there be pain with it then?
Yeah. Like
Would there though? Because
It
you're
would
just
be-
remembering that. It's like that emotion is the only thing you're feeling.
I mean, if you chose
For eternity.
the memory with that, if there's pain in the memory, then yeah, I would say like for
that's
people who
fair.
chose memories that are good, it's like all the emotions like have a presence there. Like let's say you chose like a good memory, like right now, like you have awareness of like all the emotions, but you're not feeling that emotion right now. So it's like what makes emotions so valuable is like the presence of other emotions conflicting with how you're feeling right now. So like, that's why people value happiness so much, because it's in opposition to pain.
And you don't want to be in pain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I'd view like living those memories forever. It's like you're living a moment where it's like
You're remembering everything like associated with that as well.
yeah, it's more like because you're not really ever like thinking about like I don't want to feel pain. It's more like just like a subconscious like awareness of how you're feeling and how you could feel.
That's interesting.
Like it's like it's not. It's like it's like when people talk about heaven. The confusing part about heaven for me has always been like not confusing, but like the reason why like heaven has so many like plot holes for me is they say it's gonna be like happy forever, right? It's like it's gonna be like you feel good all the time, And that would just be like you'd have your psychology and your biology would have to be totally different, because the way human beings work, like we need all the emotions. You can't just be happy all the time, or you start to get.
It
bored
is
of
just
for
sweet,
granted.
no salt.
Yeah, sweet, no
It
salt.
is like
yeah.
you ascend to being something other than a human being.
Exactly. Yeah, heaven would have to be that, right?
Yeah.
So if but like I've heard the religious people talk about like how like you have like the same body and it's like different. And
it's like they don't want it to be that sometimes.
Yeah.
Where it's like they want like just like the earthly pleasure.
Yeah,
Earthly
exactly.
pleasure to be heaven.
I saw a video of this guy talking about that, like a seminar and everything.
There's like this. Have you heard of like the prosperity gospel?
Mm-mm.
No. That's a discussion for another time, I
Yeah.
think. But like the whole idea of just like heaven being personal or like humanly pleasure.
Yeah.
I'd have to think, what would my memory be?
I thought about that
if
too.
I made it something happy or something pleasurable forever, then it'd be like the party never ends. And while
Yeah.
that is a good
It's disturbing, to be honest.
Yeah, it is a little bit
you
disturbing.
can't leave, and that's what's
It wouldn't
weird
be
about it.
like you're aware of it either, though. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're
exactly.
constantly like on a loop
Fuck.
and you don't know.
So
It's just like
maybe-
you're constantly just like it's that moment and like you're not conscious of it. Is basically.
I think I didn't really think too hard about the whole eternity thing.
Yeah, that's forever. Yeah, it's like you're in
Yeah.
that moment forever. And people could say like, yeah, sure, that's a hell.
Eternity is hell.
Eternity is hell, right? But it's also
It
it depends how you look at it.
Would
really.
you rather spend eternity like somewhere else or like on Earth though? Sorry, it's not really related, but it's fine.
Well,
or
it
somewhere
works.
else.
Well,
Yeah.
like I mean, like an eternity in like some sort of afterlife setting, or like say like you were immortal, and you had
Oh.
to live it out here.
I don't know if I'd want to be immortal,
No.
because then like we've talked about
Yeah,
this
you and I've
before.
talked about it. Depends how you're immortal though.
Like
How?
Like if you're immortal without a human body, that's gonna be a totally different experience. Unless
I-
they try to make it replicate.
I thought you were gonna say if you had like time strength powers.
No.
So you just like slip.
No. Yeah, that too, I guess.
if like you were a human though, you'd get bored of doing all. First off, you wouldn't be like afraid to do
Mhm.
a lot of things because like okay, I'm gonna live forever. So you'll like try a bunch of stuff, and for a while it'll be fun, but then the stuff that was fun will become boring, and then you'll start seeking out like
New excitement.
yeah, and then eventually new excitement will be like everything. You'll seek out everything,
Mhm.
and if like the world like theoretically goes on forever,
Mhm.
you'll try to experience every type of like emotion,
Mhm.
and then that could be like
every
bad,
version of it.
like really bad shit.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like living though.
That's that. I was about to say, like, I think even just like being immortal, you'd probably get bored of it a lot quicker than you think.
Oh yeah.
I think just because like there's the way they say like history is like a pattern. I think after a while you'd probably be able to recognize patterns. Like even if new stuff was coming along, you'd be like, all right, this is kind of following this pattern. Like I already know how this is gonna go
Mhm.
because I've lived for 2,000 years or so or whatever. And just like day-to-day interactions, it'd probably be like Dr. Manhattan or some shit like that. But yeah, if it was like in a memory, I'd prefer just like not existing.
Just like black, like nothing.
Not even blackness. Like blackness is still something. Just like absolutely like
No,
Zippo.
no consciousness, no
Conscious.
awareness.
Not even Zippo, because that's a word. I'd prefer
Zippo.
just, and that's it.
What memory stuck out to you though from the film?
When the one dude was talking about being with the American soldiers.
Oh yeah, that one was cool.
That one was really cool because I was like, I bet you that dude actually went through that shit.
Yeah.
It was crazy
Cool.
too that like the movie's set in like 1997, and
Mhm.
so like there's people from like
The 20s.
the 20s,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah.
I really like. I mean, I knew like the idea of it going in, but just the part where they talk to the lady and they're like, "You're dead."
I like how none of them have
Died,
like
yes.
a crazy reaction.
They're
to
just
it.
like,
they're
okay,
"Oh, okay."
yeah. That's something cool too. Like the movie, it is like a really serious subject matter, but everyone's chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It's zen.
it's very zen. Oh,
I liked I like the one story. It was the older lady, but like she had fallen in love when she was younger, but then she remarried, but then she lied to her husband because like, you know, like made herself 2 years
Mhm.
younger. I just found that one
Yeah.
interesting and just felt more like, I don't know.
It's funny to
I
see
like the struggle and the day to day she probably had
Yeah.
with like, you know, and that like she didn't even like really say like a memory. She kind of just like told her whole life story, right?
Hmm.
Which was interesting. And then I liked what you were saying too about like the guy who doesn't pick a memory and how that kind of just like the film people that are there.
Mhm.
I guess these things are just making me think about film and filmmaking.
Hmm.
And part of filmmaking is like trying to like, in a sense, recreate life, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Have something that's like living and breathing, captured on film or camera. I guess I'm just interested. I don't even know. I don't expect you guys to really have an answer, but like, what makes someone want to recreate life instead of just live it? You know, I don't know.
Mm.
Because
That's a good question. That's a deep ass question. That's basically like asking why we choose to do what we
What-
want, what we're
yeah.
trying to do.
yeah.
Or like, why do you make art instead of just?
I
like,
guess just
yeah.
art in general.
Mm.
You want to go, Elijah?
I think on like a basic level, like, say just for movies, we all like similar movies. We
Mhm.
all like we like similar movies. We've all grown up watching movies, and it's something that we found a common interest in with like the people around us. And it's like you look up to the people who made the movies you like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, in a way, you want to make things that kind of do that for other people
Mm-hmm.
and for yourself, where it's like you can express things that you've gone through,
Yeah.
and with art you can kind of do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, like you can make movies like Irreversible if you want to. You can make like Ichi the Killer. You can
Mhm.
make anything, you know, and it has like, it's about you.
Yeah.
And I guess it's like showing other people who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Then in a way though, if you're just worried about like the personal aspect of it, why don't you just live your own fucking life?
Yeah.
You know, why do you need to share it with people? And it's good to like share your life with people, because like you need people to survive. It's good for like your mental health and
Mhm.
stuff. But ultimately, like at the end of the day, you're the one that's like stuck in that room for a week, figuring out what memory you want to choose,
Mm-hmm.
and realizing that like, also at that point, and this is something that must be weird for like old people, is like they realize they're close to death, and their whole life is just like memories.
Yeah.
Now it's all gone,
Mm-hmm.
and like in a way no one really cares about that,
Yeah.
and that's like really depressing. And in the end, it doesn't really matter what you like, whether or not you made art or something. You're gonna die, and
Go to the afterlife.
yeah, just be stuck with like the memories you had, and whether or
Mhm.
not they were good or bad. And
Yeah.
hopefully they were somewhat good. That way, like, dying isn't, well, it'll be hard either way, but you'd hope they were somewhat good.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine. I don't know. There isn't an answer to that question.
Yeah.
But what about you, Norby?
I felt similarly, especially like trying to figure out what you want to do. And like I knew I really had a big interest in movies since I was like very very young.
Mm-hmm.
But like growing up, you know, like people don't take that shit seriously, or like sometimes
Mhm.
I would always like think about it like where there's kind of like that debate where it's like, do I want to choose to like live my life or try to like express my life? You know,
Mhm.
and I remember thinking about that a lot when I was growing up. But yeah, when it comes to like wanting to make stuff, I mean, the reason why I want to do it is like there's a lot of reasons, but it's definitely a lot of it is like self-expression and like wanting to share it with others and just like seeing if people can like relate to like things that I felt, you know, or like see that people get certain images or see if they get a similar feeling. Just like find people like that out there, and then also just being able to talk about certain things with people, like just certain ideas or like concepts.
The ability to relate to people is really cool. It's like so great when you can say something to someone and they're like, I get that.
Yeah.
And in a way, art, when like you make art and other people get it, that's got to be super. That's got to be like they, like what the fuck. Like and then they like you too, because like you're the one who made it to like give them that like a little bit of a eureka.
Yeah. They figured out the words. They figured out how to say it.
But especially just like looking back on like memories, like sometimes like I'll look back on memories or just like images that remind me of a memory, and like that tone or like that emotion is so like interesting or powerful. And it's like I want to see if like other people feel the same way or if they like have similar ideas behind it. And that's part of it, you know. And then it's just like there's the whole like just like the way sometimes you think about life is like similar to like a movie or something like that, or just like not even just like there's like the whole like making a movie about something's also just like teaching people how you think or something like that. And so you know, there's a lot of ideas behind it. That's like a big like I could talk about that forever.
Yeah, it's like that's a very existential question. It's a really good question though, you know. It's something you should probably think about, like something you should think about.
I was talking to somebody about it because somebody we knew, basically like they were just saying like, I just like make stuff or I just want to tell my story so like people know I exist, and that's how it feels. Like you kind of like shoot stuff into the void, hoping to get that rally going, right?
Because like sometimes you can be a great artist and like your life can suck. Like you think of people who like we appreciate now, someone like Dostoevsky,
Charles Bukowski,
Kafka,
fucking like even like Tarkovsky, and like these people didn't live like easy lives at all. Their lives were probably like ridden with like a lot of pain, and they made like great works of art, and like now we're just like sitting in a first world country talking about like how cool they are. And it's like sometimes like to be an artist too, like it's hard and painful.
Vincent Gallo.
What do you think, John?
I watched
Vincent Gallo.
I watched this Jim Morrison interview one time, and Jim Morrison, I think he was a pretty progressive guy. But what he said in this interview, kind of shocked me, because he said that he thinks like women can't make art, and his reasoning for that was that he said because art is the imitation of life, and women are life, or something like that. And I was like, oh fuck, ew, that I don't know, like I don't know, that sounds like misogynistic, but it's deep at the same time, and I'm like, whoa, I can't think that.
I can't.
That's too much. But I think it still the statement art imitates life, and then life imitates art. That happened recently with the Olympics winner guy. There was this meme of this guy biting a medal, and then he takes a woman and he kisses her, and he takes like a champagne bottle and blows it in his face, and then he starts like flipping off everybody. And then that basically happened at like this Olympics thing where this guy bites the medal, and then he like hugs this woman, and then I think he's like putting his hands up, and then you see, oh damn, I forgot the meme. It turns out that guy is third place. That guy's not first place, he's third place.
That's
and
funny.
then in real life, the guy's third place. He's like bronze.
That's funny.
So it's a weird thing. If you want to manifest life, I guess you can do it through art. But I think you talked to Elijah about being German and Polish and having like roots of film almost. my grandfather was a captain on a boat.
Yeah.
My mom said that he would make films of the sea. And so whenever a friend would come over, he would be like, hey, everybody, look at this. And then he puts it on, and it's legit just
The
ocean.
sea.
Yeah, just ocean.
It's Solaris.
Yeah.
Solaris is in your DNA, bro.
And then my mom and her friend would just like look, and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
But my grandfather would be sitting there. He's like, look at how good this is. It's the ocean. Yeah, whatever. And so I think in a way it's almost like art. It's supposed to capture. You could say whatever you think is transcendental about life. What do you think has meaning? But then at the same time, with the film you were talking about, Incendies? No.
Afterlife.
Awesome.
Afterlife. The torture, the one you want to show me that's terrible, or like
Oh,
it's
Irreversible?
Oh, irreversible.
irreversible. It's like at the same time, maybe you want to what's the word? You want to make hell. You want to represent what hell looks like, and you can see that in paintings from like the Renaissance or something. You can see the paintings of heaven. You can see sometimes, very few times, the imitations of hell.
That's interesting that
Yeah,
you
that is-
say
that
that
is
because,
interesting.
like, when Norby talks about irreversible, I've heard you say like the first 15 minutes feel like hell.
Yeah.
So maybe it's an expression of
Yeah, I did say
what you want in life. What do you think is better than life? But maybe you also want to show what's the worst of life.
Some people, yeah, definitely.
And like when you think of these philosophers like Dostoevsky or like Nietzsche, they lived bad lives, and then sometimes out of those bad lives come the greatest pieces of art, the greatest pieces of thought, and it's so yin yang.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why do people make art instead of life, or
Living life.
Yeah, I don't know. It's either that they're not living enough life to just enjoy the moment, and they have to make a copy of it how they see it, or maybe they've gone past life and they know what is life, and so they know that the greatest thing you can make in life is the art of life.
That's pretty cool.
And then also what you were talking about, when you go to someone's house and you see art, and you are an artist, you know art, you kind of build up a respect for them, a respect of the art of the house, of wherever you are. I get that in my house. I never really realized it until people came over, because my mom's an artist and they see all of the art that we have. And then I noticed it at Norby's house because there's so much art here, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
There's this one.
So-
There's this one fucking painting in the bathroom. I'll just be taking this shit, looking at it, and I'll just like flip it upside down, and I'll go back, and people flip it back up. It's just this stupid sunset painting. I always look at the colors and I'm like, this is painted a little wrong.
So, that's what I have to say about art and life.
It's good.
Yeah.
That one
Thank
quote,
you.
the women are life, and art is, and what is it?
Like,
What'd you say?
what
Art
is like the imitation of
Imitation
life.
of life.
And women can't make art because they are life.
I think that's always interesting because like the way women go about like making stuff is, I don't want to say it's not art or it's like not creative or anything, but it's always like it feels different than like whenever a man makes stuff.
You, at least with film, not that you can tell, but being cognizant that it is a female or a male director, there's certain ways about the way things are presented that feels it's just different.
Yeah.
Not good or bad, at least to me, just different.
Or even like what's her name? S.E. Hinton with like Rumblefish and like The Outsiders, the way it's written. It's like these are stories about like tough dudes, and like, you know,
A chick's writing them.
and a chick's writing
Yeah.
it, but it's like there is like that vulnerability to it.
It's
like they're tough dudes, but like when you see in their heads, like you can see like some pretty intimate thoughts.
Yeah.
it's interesting that at least from that, maybe it seems that women might be able to capture the ideas of men more than men can women, right?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I
I like it whenever we're talking about a movie and we talk about something totally different or philosophical. And it'll be like, I like, because it's like part of talking about the movie is like where the discussion goes that's not about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I wasn't gonna say because like it doesn't relate, but like yeah, the movie makes you think about things that aren't related to the movie.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys, do you think we're in like a new renaissance right now? Like,
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The internet is like this crazy new renaissance. 100%. It's going to be pretty weird and cool.
because I was like thinking about things too, like in terms of like Renaissance times, like you didn't just do one thing, you kind of just did everything.
Mhm.
That's how it feels now. Elijah
Yeah.
played guitar, we got a bass player right here. Norby's on that drum pad,
And fucking juggling.
juggling.
Like, I feel like
Norby's
I'm, like,
juggling.
The internet really allows you to like learn new skills pretty fast. There's gonna be a lot more like Renaissance celebrities coming up for sure.
There already are. it
Yeah,
feels
there already
like,
are.
yeah.
I'm just scared about whatever the Renaissance is because it doesn't feel connected. It feels like branching out.
Like
What do you mean?
scattered.
Yeah,
I
scattered.
feel like it
some,
reflects the way that the
subcultures.
internet has like kind of affected this Renaissance. You know.
Yeah. So I don't know where it'll go, but I hope it's cool. I hope it's not like this is the weeaboo rap, and then this is the weeaboo like hybrid trap.
I
rap.
feel
I mean,
like-
There's always gonna be
a
that
bunch of
stuff.
different- Yeah,
I-
yeah.
If anything, the scattered nature of like this new Renaissance might be like, if not new or like interesting, like innovative, because like
Mhm.
in the old Renaissance, like it really was like there's the heart of the Renaissance like time and period, and it kind of spread to the globe. But now that it's happening simultaneously all over, one thing is gonna happen a lot faster, and two, I feel like it allows for a more diverse range of potential, rather than just out of one place.
Yeah.
So if we get the weeaboo trap music, you know,
I mean,
it's gonna be countered by something cooler. I assume.
Yeah.
Whereas like say the real Renaissance was happening and they were all listening to this fucking weeaboo trap, you know. That's it. That's all we got.
I mean, I like seeing rappers indulge in like the anime like, waifu.
Kanye West and Akira.
You're a Lil Uzi fan?
Yeah, how he got the R8 and then put like like an anime girl.
His
rap on it.
his bio
It's
is
so
I'm Asian on the
cool.
inside.
So yeah, I just hope it's cool.
A lot of it's gonna be kind of lame.
But I also worry if because I hate to be pessimistic about the future, and if the future is bad, if inflation goes up, everything just starts going bad, starvation, it's like damn, we're gonna have to put art on hold,
Yeah.
and then we won't be the.
If
art.
anything, no, I
Nah,
feel like
it'll
it
be-
prompts
it'll just be
art to be
different.
even more dynamic.
Yeah.
Because like it's gonna have to like burst out of the seams of whatever like chaos is going on.
It'll be
I
like-
would say like after whatever bad happens after the art would be really cool.
No,
Like after World War
I think
II?
I
You
think it's
it
the
happened
opposite.
during?
No, it's the opposite because
Mhm.
like, I mean, it's been happening like every other decade. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I talk about this every single time, but
Mhm.
like, okay, so you have like shitty stuff, like not shitty stuff, but like pretty basic stuff like the 50s and how the 60s for a long time was like the 50s part 2
Mhm.
until you got to like that point where like okay,
69.
the whole
everything.
world is changing and film has to do that too.
Mhm.
And that's when you get like the crazy cool shit, at least in my opinion, the 70s. But then once that happens, the world kind of levels itself out, and then you get the 80s, which is like the 50s part 3,
Mhm.
if you want to count this
Yeah,
that first half
yeah.
of the 60s as part 2. Then you go in the 90s with the new independent movement, and then
Mhm.
2000s, and it kind of repeats itself. So at least in my opinion, if things are getting crazy, art's going to get crazy too in
Yeah.
a cool way. And
Elijah,
if when-
remember? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No worries.
Finish. I was gonna say, remember Elijah? I was telling you about that cycle of like music. So it was like a 30-year cycle. It's like the 90s is the start of the cycle that we're in right now. And so like we're pretty much like at the end of it. Like everything's like the 2010s was like the 80s. Like very like monetized, like big business.
Yeah.
The industry figured out how to like fully like suck the juice out of whatever was cool.
Yeah.
From
So like there was jazz. Jazz pretty much died in like the 60s.
and rock and roll.
And then rock and roll died in like the
Early
80s.
2000s.
I would say,
well,
I mean, it's more dead now, but I mean like
yeah.
it became a joke in the 80s. You know, like
Yeah, glam metal and shit.
Industrialized,
Yeah.
you know.
It became a parody of itself.
Yeah, and then hip hop came, right? And then hip hop, we're kind of like seeing like hip hop's like super industrialized right now. So like, that's why that one guy in the video was like trying to predict the new like music genre. Like we're pretty like actually very what's the word? Privileged, like lucky to be like at this like cycle right now, or this point in like the pattern.
That's I guess that's what. By Renaissance, I feel like more just like a change.
I think even just like the fact that it's like a new cycle plus the internet, it's gonna be like way different. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like way new. I don't know about new, but like recycled new, like super recycled new. It's gonna be really weird, I bet. And I've been seeing a lot more videos in my recommended of these like economic pages saying like the next 10 years are gonna suck economically. Like saying like the recovery process is gonna be like pretty painful, especially the way that they're dealing with it. I'm not like an economic guy. I can send you the videos, Elijah, and you can like interpret them for me.
Yeah.
Because I trust your judgment more than mine.
It's probably not going to be another bull run like we had the last 10 years.
They said it might be. I don't know about worse, but like definitely like not good.
I'm
like definitely like pretty pessimistic economically, at least.
Yeah, unless they just know how to ride the wave down.
I
don't think so.
Yeah, it's just boom.
I saw this one video. This dude said we're gonna live through like another Great Depression. Like
people are saying it's gonna rival though, like the actual Great Depression.
Yeah, the actual Great Depression. Yeah, I don't know.
That's gonna suck.
But I think
crazy.
So that's how it's gonna be.
But imagine the Great Depression with the internet. So like
Yeah.
you're actually seeing like all the shit going on. You know, it's not just like you're in your neighborhood.
There better be another picture. I love that picture of the woman with her kids.
Yes.
What it is.
Who took that photo? It's like the most like iconic like.
Great Depression picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
There better be another one of those. Just
probably.
Yeah, but with like the fucking weeb trap gear on.
It's like the girls that wear like the cat ears.
I know.
The e-girls?
No, thank you.
Yeah, just-
No, thank you. But yeah, I think it'll be cool if that's what's gonna happen. It'll be cool to see what people start making because of that. Like just like emotionally where people are gonna be at. It'd be pretty. I mean, it's gonna suck, but it'll be.
They're
cool.
gonna be mad.
Yeah.
A lot of them will be mad.
It'd be like how Charles Bukowski.
Dude, that'd be
We
cool.
need the next
We need-
Matrix.
we
We need like it's like a necessary thing in
we
our
need
society.
more mad stuff. There hasn't been a mad thing in a while. Like the last mad thing, the most recent mad. What was the most recent like mad movie you saw?
Joker.
Joker. No,
Mad.
Joker doesn't count. Joker does not count.
Oh, like we're pissed off, kind of.
Yeah,
like,
I guess Joker kind of is like that was like a good channel for like the incels for sure. But those guys are like fucking losers.
Joker, but to me, the problem with Joker is that like, as much as it channels whatever it is, it feels so industry. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly right. That doesn't count. I was gonna say like Good Time. Good Time's not like mad, but it's like it definitely has like some
Good Time
grit.
feels like an alternative voice, definitely. But sometimes when I think about like, I can't think of like a singular like project. It has to be like a body of work that encapsulates it.
I agree.
So, yeah, it's hard to say.
It's like when I think of like a We're Mad movie, I think of like war movies in like response to like World War II.
Oh, gotcha.
Like something like Come and See.
Actually, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Just something like that where it's like really apparent that like it's describing like shit that happened that really like fucked people up.
Well, I feel like Come and See is a unique example because like the art isn't necessarily making some sort of metaphor or something. It kind of is just like showing the reality of the situation, which in itself is like its own category of like a reflection of the times. You need both. But I feel like a lot of like the recent stuff that's like we're mad and shit is like really lame. Cause
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I saw this movie and it's a
Joker.
pretty good movie. It's called The Report, with Adam Driver, and like
I think I
he
heard
plays
about
like some I forget, some government guy,
Mhm.
but he basically just starts digging into like all the shit that was like going on during 9/11 and like the 2000 and into the 2000s and whatever. And basically like he actually like he found out the truth and he was buried. Like he went to court and everything with all the documents, and then when he finally got the document, like the actual government issued documents, the whole pages are blacked out
Wow.
of shit he's read and whatever. And so like at least I had a response, like an actual like reaction to that movie, like, oh wow, like, you know, it seems like there's people that really do feel like passionate about like shit that's going on. But at the same time, like, different than Come and See, where Come and See has like a level of craft to it. These movies now that are coming out that seem to be like charged with whatever are they don't, whatever like whatever brain food is in there is not matched by like the art food, you know what I'm saying? Like it feels like it's missing like that energy and creativity of something like
Yeah, I
good
feel that.
time.
Was that an Amazon movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
It's a good film. It's written by the guy. It's written and directed by the guy who wrote Contagion.
Oh, okay. Okay. That seems similar.
Yeah. I like Contagion. I don't know if you guys seen it.
Yeah, I like Contagion. Contagion was like
I
COVID minus like 10 years.
the first time I saw. Sorry, we'll talk about it later. Sorry.
Alright,
Should we,
Contagion
should we
would be a
sum
good
up
one.
Afterlife?
Yeah, let's.
I was gonna say Under the Silver Lake, maybe.
But even then, like things that are acknowledging it, they don't have a rage or something. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like a confusion. The world feels confused more than
Under
angry.
the Silver
Yeah.
Lake feels like Under the Silver Lake reminds me a lot of Mikey. And Mikey's like not really like mad at anything, but he's very like apathetic towards it. Like he's like he knows he lives in like a really like fucked up, confusing world.
I feel like we haven't had like something that in a way makes us want to make like a rage movie. Like World War II, like you can understand why people were pissed about that. Like what's like our version of World War II, like 9/11?
No, I mean
Like maybe like
it could be coming up. You never know. Like in terms of like a war thing,
I think
I mostly just feel mad at like what are you mad at right now?
That's the thing. I don't think there anything. That's why the stuff is in there. Like a lot of stuff just makes you confused or like just feel like apathetic. Like you're saying.
Yeah.
Where-
I don't think we've had like a World War II type of.
I mean, like you personally, do you feel mad at anything?
Not really. Not something that is like a big issue.
Gotcha.
That's like.
I guess
Maybe like I feel like politics is pretty stupid right now.
Yeah, dude, I'm mad as
But-
fuck at politics.
Politics is like, but it's almost like set up where it's like if you try to get mad at it, it just like cancels you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe I should think about it more, but I guess I don't think like politics affects my everyday life too much.
Nah.
But then you think about it with like COVID a little bit, like we all missed like a year and a half of public school,
Yeah.
like in one way or another, like
Did
whatever
you,
the right or wrong thing to do was.
Did you hear about why CCSD opened up the schools?
Because too many kids
Too many kids were killing themselves from not being in
Yeah.
school. So they're like, we need to have the in-person
Yeah.
classes back.
I'm not.
Get more in the frame.
So
There you go,
I had to
yeah.
do an assignment. Really, I had to do an assignment for my Nevada Constitution class last semester,
Yeah.
and we had to listen to a KNPR podcast, and the one I listened to was that one
Oh, cool.
where they were talking about it. But then I also heard something where like I don't know. The numbers were high, but like it's not like there was a statistical significance with it. So
Yeah.
there was like this big New York Times article published on that. And then it's like a big politics thing. Like then it turns into a whole like argument over COVID and whether or not it's like safe to be around other people.
What's more dangerous, being alone with your thoughts or like fighting this virus?
And then also too, just like they're not explaining the context of each one of these suicides. You know, and in a way you can't do that.
In a sense, though, like this, like at least it reminds me of like when people say stuff like, you know, people die every day. Don't worry about the virus and shit like that. You know, it's hard. It's hard to really like, because the data is confusing. To be honest,
the data is very confusing, and then like you get politics mixed in with it, and both sides have like almost like their clear agenda is to devise you, and to make the other side just sound stupid, and it is really confusing. And truth has not been something that
has been prioritized.
No,
narrative has trumped truth in like the past, like,
and that's
10
very
years.
scary because then that leads to propaganda.
Yeah.
And like bad things.
Like, I'm pretty mad at like news. Like, it's clearly they care more about money.
Money, fear mongering.
Fear mongering, yeah.
Getting
Division.
money by fear mongering.
It's
and that's like not good.
Yeah.
I'm mad at a lot of stuff.
Let it out.
I guess. Okay, I need to think about it first because you get people talking about stuff they're mad about, and then you're like, okay, what are you gonna do, punk? That's what I think. I'm like, calm the fuck down. Which is just how I need to
calm the fuck down.
You're mad at anger,
dude. I need to see John mad at somebody. Calm the fuck down.
Hey, what up, Willie? Are you TS?
Yes. Well, I'm more mad at like just the monopolization of everything.
Me too.
But I can't stop that. I can't stop there from being only 5 media companies that own everything else. I can't stop just Amazon from being such a good service. How do I compete
for
with
real?
that?
Fucking for real.
And it's like the only way you
fuck, dude. Sorry, keep going.
The only way you probably can is to just turn yourself off from all of it. Be like, I don't need this off of Amazon. I'll make it myself.
And sadly, like that is a lame ass life though. Like
Yeah.
It is.
They really did like make something that was awesome.
Yeah. It's like,
and then like YouTube or Google is such. I don't know how they did it, but it's like you don't want to go anywhere else almost.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as convenient. And so I see videos being like, escape the system. And I'm like, nobody's escaping the system.
Yeah.
Everyone's a sheep. I am too, to a certain degree.
I feel like if you do like try to escape the system, like either like you kind of like reject it all and like live on your own, or like what seems like it's, at least with this direction, feels like it might be a more viable thing, is that like when like we were talking about like narrative over truth, is that like you make your own like of that shit, and to varying degrees of success, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
No,
That's what fascinates me so much about Kanye, is that like that's what he's doing. Like he wants to like create his own fucking world.
Yeah.
And regardless of like whether you agree with it or not, it's like at least he's not a sheep.
Yeah.
But in a sense, he's gonna be creating his own sheep.
It would be.
I'm one of them.
It would be easy for him to fall into that though. Just.
And as for the truth, I think I've turned myself off from the truth. I'm like, I don't care. There's so many truths that it's horrifying sometimes.
You gotta speak
when I
your
find out,
truth.
like, oh shit, there's something called MK Ultra, and then I'm like, oh shit, the U.S. might have done 9/11, or just nothing about 9/11. I'm like, oh my god, what am I finding out here? There's Jeffrey Epstein. Like, there's so much shit I don't want to know, but at the same time, fuck, I kind of want to know. And
Curiosity.
then it's like, are the COVID deaths real?
I need to
or
have
were
John
they
on Wizard.
inflated? And then I'm like, oh my god, maybe I just don't want to know this. Or what I like to do is I like to take in all the information. I like to take in why I need to wear a mask, why I don't want to wear a mask. And I just make my own thing about it. I'm like, yeah,
Tight.
let in all of the information, make me brain dead, and then I just won't wear a mask into In-N-Out because I don't feel like it. and I'll kill a grandma. I'm sorry. But yeah, it so that's information.
Yeah.
As for banking,
Oh boy.
I don't know what to think about banking,
Oh
but I don't
boy.
want to have my
Oh
money in a
boy.
bank.
Oh boy.
'Cause
Oh
it's
no.
like
John, you might need to stop.
I know, yeah. Now
Stop
I'm gonna
right-
get
just stop
like,
right there.
off of
Just
Visa.
Yeah, John, just stop. Stop right there.
And then insurance
Banking's touchy.
companies, politicians. I want to be a politician at this point. Like, that's just like, you
Please.
can go to an island.
Please.
You can fly
Yeah,
planes.
Epstein Island.
And you can.
you can go to an island. What the fuck, John?
You make deals with third world countries and you bomb the shit out of them. Like it's cool.
You're rich as fuck.
And you get sheep. And that's the best thing
It's
about
some
it
real
all.
king
we need to wrap up. We need to wrap up life after.
Yeah.
Yes,
After life. All right, let's wrap.
See, this movie was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Damn, that was a cool conversation.
That was.
I want to
pretty
get back
cool.
there too. I like talking about stuff that makes you mad. Because we're like at that cycle. We're like at that point. I think right now. And like now's a good time to start thinking about things you're mad about, or talking about things you're mad about. I don't need to think about it. I already know what I'm mad about.
Whoa.
All right. So Afterlife. What do you guys rate that shit?
Like an 8 out of 10 or something.
8 out of 10. That's not bad.
Yeah.
What would you do in your new rating system?
What I would. I'm. It's in development. Yeah.
If I were to do a new rating system, I'd do something like. This is.
I got a new rating system.
All right, do it.
I would do it out of like master level, and so I guess it is more of a grade of the director and stuff like that. But I would give this like an approaching master. you
Oh,
know?
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see it again. Like sometime soon.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Check
I have that
out
feeling.
Shoplifters.
Shoplifters.
I would say that if for a new rating system, I would do like, this is like a hot dog with nothing on it, but it's like a bratwurst sausage. So you're just
It's
savoring-
juicy
so you're
as
so you're just
fuck.
and savoring the taste.
Yeah.
But if I were to do my actual one, which I'm gonna stick with, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I like how like honest it is.
Yeah.
Like,
B minus.
Pretty like
Ernest.
earnest. Yeah, there you go. Earnest.
It's pretty wholesome too.
Yeah, yeah. Like it left
Yeah.
me feeling good. I was like, I
Yeah,
appreciate
and
being
it's a movie
alive.
about death.
Yeah.
And I'm
If you're-
glad we watched it.
Yeah. Okay. So now our last movie. Incendies.
Ensemble.
This film right here is from a true master. And I say that because in this day and age, to make a film like this, or even like Polytechnique, and then go on to really get like Christopher Nolan, like Spielberg-sized budgets to do whatever you want, you gotta know what you're doing. First time I saw this movie, I was in high school. I was probably like 15 or 16. And what's so cool about it too is that like it's not afraid to reach into what I would call pop art, and not the actual like movement of pop art, but like popular culture, I guess, in terms of like such a striking image is like, you know, like that Middle Eastern like camp of those children, but to have like you and Whose Army playing the Radiohead song, that's like some Kubrick shit to me, you know. You find an image that's never been on film, and you find something that is iconic, and you put those two things together to make something new. Synthesis.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, I respect how quiet this film is, yet to me engaging, very engaging. And brutal, and not in the same way that like Ichi is, because it's more personal than that. This guy is my favorite working director right now.
Oh, okay.
I love PTA, but like I'm
doing-
more excited for Denis than whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, a guy directed this?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a girl. I don't read French names.
He
well.
he also did Blade Runner 2049.
Mhm.
Oh, it was that guy. I
Yeah.
love that guy. Yeah.
What'd you guys think?
I was gonna say, like those movie or things I like to do,
Wait, what?
like Moulin Rouge or the Circus Autism, the musical.
Yeah.
For this, I would do like Incendies or Ancestry.com, the movie.
Ancestry.com.
But I went in this movie having like really like mixed emotions in this, like in the first half, and I felt this same guy. It's crazy. I felt that way about Blade Runner 2049. Coming off the other one, and in the second half, it just like totally wins me over.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm just like really like in the emotions and in like what's happening into the characters. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I had to rewind this movie. Like this is like the second or third screen time movie I had to like rewind and like watch a few scenes just to like really gather everything that happened. Not because I didn't get it, but just because like I wanted to like I wanted to like absorb it, like make sure like I saw like the people's faces and like understood like with the new context. I just wanted to go back and watch some scenes again.
Which one did you watch? Like the pool one?
Not the pool one. Mostly just like scenes like that gave you information.
Okay.
Like even just like the parts where she's in prison and stuff. Like that's like a pretty important scene. All right, what about you, Elijah?
I just thought with you saying like Ancestry.com, the movie, it's like you like get your Ancestry.com thing, you go on there and like you see your brother, then you're like, damn, I got another brother, but why isn't there someone next to my mom? And why are my mom and brother like connected?
It's just like a very like short list.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'd always heard good things about the movie. I didn't know what it was about at all, so I was like, okay, I'm prepared for something to kind of blow me away a little bit. And what really got me to that point initially was the scene with the bus, where were they like the nationalists or the ones that either way.
The Christians were the ones that were attacking them.
So they were on the bus. So they get attacked by the Christians, and then a bunch of people get shot. They go in there and they set the bus on fire. She takes the lady's kid, saying it's her kid, and I don't know exactly why they didn't kill her. But then the kid starts running away, and it's just like a wide shot, and you just see the kid fall, and it's like, oh fuck. And then they set the bus on fire. And I had seen like that shot of like her face and the bus going up, but what a great shot! That's beautiful.
There's so many.
like,
There's so many like.
Holy shit! That point, and it's like that's like the midpoint kind of.
About there.
But that's like, it felt like the midpoint of midpoints. This is what you want your midpoint to be like. And I'm like, okay, and then the movie goes on, and you realize. Why it's Ancestry.com, the movie.
Yeah.
And that shot that I had seen that part too, where just her face, like when he says like 1 + 1 can 1 + 1 equal 1, and that's just a great way of like tying in like the mathematician thing.
Yeah.
Because it's not really like talked about a whole lot, but just for him to say that to her with the context of her being like a math person, something like so simple, and it's what their lives came from. Can 1 + 1 make 1? And when she finally realizes it, just like that horror on her face, for even if it's like a second or two,
The gasp.
it's amazing. It's crazy, and you get it right there too. You're like, oh shit. Yeah, it's like I get why this is the mind-blowing movie. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was a good.
Really good payoff.
Yeah, I liked it, but it also it was the movie that made me happy that I lived
In America.
in America. I had a car and I wasn't a woman. Because oh my god, like that movie now with Afghanistan,
Ooh.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, it's
Oh,
it's
it's
so
good.
bad, and I can't do anything about that. And yeah, that bus scene really stood out to me. Because that part where she holds up the cross and she's like, "I'm Christian," it just hit different. Where I'm like, Jesus, this is, these people think they're Christians, even though I look at it and I'm like, this isn't Christianity. It's been taken over by hatred almost. And I love the shot where the AKs are shooting at the bus, and one of them has, I think, the Virgin Mary on it,
Mhm.
on like the grip, and I was like, wow, that's badass. Fucking, if this is the Crusades, that's pretty cool. Like, Christian imagery on the AKs. And I forgot, she kills one of those people, the important
leader,
guy, and he's on a shirt that a guy was wearing, and I was like, I wanted to go back to that point because that fit looked hard. So it fit with the guy's face, and then he had like a military jacket on like this, with some jeans, and maybe one of those desert scarves, and he had a necklace with I think a cross. Maybe it was another picture of like the Virgin Mary. Cool fit.
Mm-hmm.
The twist made me want to throw up. Where I was like, "Oh no 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 no!" It was the guy. Like, these kids shouldn't be. These kids shouldn't exist. I think, because I don't think you can rape your mother and have a kid. But maybe they got the lucky chance of existing.
They got the lucky chance of being normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have any like physical abnormalities
No,
either.
they don't seem to be mentally ill either.
Yeah.
And what was I? Oh, I watched this movie with my mom. So
Oh.
yeah, I did not see that twist coming. I think before, or when the movie was starting, and then after, she was like, "Yeah, that's why I like French movies, because they're not American movies," or something like that. I'm like, "Okay, mom." What else? The first shot. The first shot
Yeah.
really drew me in, where it started with the desert, and then it kind of
Pants.
zoomed out, pans to the kids, and then you get that one shot of the kid just looking at the camera.
That's really cool.
Mhm.
That's so
It's all
much
one
fun.
shot. He just
Yeah.
pushes in.
With the Radiohead song
Yeah.
going,
Mhm.
that's great. That's really
Yeah.
great.
And that, when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is a cool movie. I need to get dressed because I just got out of the shower and I put it on." And then I went downstairs and I watched it with my mom. Trying to think of what else.
Just all that she goes through to get her son, and then he ends up like torturing her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like
It was like
Yeah.
empowering. Just seeing this woman struggle through so much. I was like, wow, I feel it. I don't know if I would do. I guess I would do the same thing, but just seeing her go through the villages that are all blown to smithereens, getting on the bus, getting that blown to smithereens, and then joining a terrorist group. I don't know if I would do that, but
that's pretty cool. That seems
no,
pretty
was,
cool. Though,
it was
too.
badass though.
She's
Oh.
like teaching the like politician's son French, and then she
Yeah.
assassinates him.
And I noticed when she was in the prison, how she was still wearing the same clothes.
Mm.
They're like nice clothes, but now they're all dirty. And I thought, yeah, if I were taken by the CIA, I would want to make sure that I have like some bad clothes, like maybe these clothes, so that I don't see how far I've fallen.
Mm.
Sort of like if I wore a suit and then the suit got all torn up and stuff, I'd be like, damn, this was a nice suit. But if it was this jacket, I'm like, okay, there's a button missing. So, yeah. But very good movie. Made me very thankful for everything I have.
That's good.
Yeah. What did you think, Norby?
Oh, fucking hot potato. I really just like the emotions. I like how it builds up to it. I like where the headspace is at, like especially in like the writing of it. Like I can almost like see it where it's just like I want to make a movie where it's like the mom gets raped by her own son and that she's been looking for, and she doesn't even know, like till like I don't know how much later, in terms of like the timeline of when it happened, but really like when you find out that she was raped by her son, that she's been looking for, and it's like they're in such a like ironic situation where it's like they found each other, but it's like they have no idea. You know, there's a lack of information.
The pinnacle of dramatic irony.
Yeah, the pinnacle. Exactly. It's just like, and and normally in like movies use irony in like a very different way, but this is like a really good use of it. Like the point of the movie is like irony. It's like, how do you say it?
It's like Greek irony.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's just like a
twisted.
It's like a mythological.
A true tragedy.
Like, yeah, tragedy. Yeah.
Incendies is supposed to mean scorched.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's funny because like the first time I saw it, I didn't really know, but you know, it looks like Incendies.
Yeah.
So you think it's like something like incest?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like,
What the fuck?
I thought like
think about that.
Incendies was like a French word for like incest twins.
Yeah.
Incest twins.
But then I guess to find out that the word does mean scorched or like the actual like definition is from like burned from fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can only pull like pretty basic things from that in terms of like a loss of innocence or
Yeah.
or whatnot. I don't know.
Like having been like burned out, you know.
It's almost like you're left with a burn.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she went through a lot and then she had to go through like even more.
Or
It's
like
and
the
then some, you know.
Yeah, the internal pain it is to carry that secret with you too, right?
Mhm.
Raising these children.
It's hard enough just like losing the son in the
Mhm.
first place.
Yeah.
And everything that comes after that's just so much worse.
Mhm.
And it's interesting too that like scorched and all that, and then like half the movie's like set in the desert, you know,
Mhm.
something that feels like you're just being burned alive.
Yeah.
I like how at the end when the son gets the 2 letters from the mother, he opens like the rapist one first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where he realizes like the awful thing he did and how she kind of bashes him for it. And then he opens the one for
The son.
the son. And it's just interesting because even after something so awful that happened to her and what he did, she still like has a love for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty
A
powerful.
mother's
Mhm.
love.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like really fucked up, but it's
Yeah.
like
It made-
it's like a bit of an optimistic tone in like a sad way.
yeah, it made me want to cry and throw up at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful, but gross.
Or it's even like the word she uses, like, you know, our children are born out of love, you know.
Mhm.
And-
Yeah. Oh boy.
I like how she starts the letter. It's like I'm speaking to you as like the son, you know, not as like the rapist or anything like
Yeah,
that.
because in like,
Like
the
just
first
to like
one,
just to separate them, you know.
And he has to live with both of those.
Mhm.
And I like the little visual thing too with the 3 dots on
Mhm.
his like ankle.
Yeah, it looks cool.
And as much as like the movie is about like revealing information and stuff like that, it's super visual, you know, like stuff like
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
Is it-
shots were stupid good.
that. Mhm.
It's
They're
on
really
like
good
his
shots.
heel.
Yeah.
It's like his Achilles heel.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Oh, I was gonna say that, or I was gonna mention earlier when you were talking about like the bus scene and stuff like that. One thing I just love about them, there's multiple scenes, like, and also in the sequence when the mom bumps into the son at the pool, like, you know, it's pretty intense shit going on, but the scene is kind of like punctuated with a close up, super shallow focus.
Mhm.
But not necessarily like in the same direction. You know, it's a clear formal break. And to me, it just always worked. You're like, wow, you really. You made sentences
Mhm.
out of these shots. It's genius. I don't know. I wish I had more to say. But it's just a great film. Like,
yeah, I agree.
It's very
Yeah.
digestible.
Mm-hmm.
Very emotional. And then sometimes like I've just noticed like with movies kind of like this, you just experience it and you get it, and it makes you feel something. And there's not always like a whole lot to talk about, but
I guess that's the point. I feel like some movies are provocative and they require conversation, and some are experiential.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I feel like talking about this movie deeply is like looking at like the history of like stories and like
yeah.
story structure and like seeing like where they like why it works so well, because it's like
I was just about to say like you really admire the story.
mm-hmm.
Based on a play.
Is it really?
I was gonna
So-
say there are parts that feel like that, but
Mhm.
that's to me what also is so cool, that like sometimes you're like, yeah, this feels like this feels like a play, or at least works better. Like Moonlight
Mhm.
to me like feels like that. Like I can see how this was adapted from a play.
This didn't feel like a play.
Mm-mm. And maybe that's just because like of the way it's structured and like locations
Mhm.
and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Dude, yeah, the locations. I was gonna talk about that too.
I don't know if but Denis Villeneuve, the director, when he was in college, he was the French Canadian province. They know something about film over there.
I was about to ask, like, is he from the French Canada?
Yeah, he's from the French
Yeah,
Canada.
something about French Canadians. I don't know what it is.
He's
about
from
French
like some
Canadians.
like random village though, but he used to worship the book Dune. It's crazy what he's doing Dune now. But basically when he was in college, he got selected among like 20 other filmmakers of like basically like the double XL freshman class. And so they sent them the group all over the world to make documentaries for like the French Canadian PBS. But when he was like 20. And he had
Wow.
chosen to go to the Middle East for
Hmm.
his. That's why the movie is kind of set there and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But what was I gonna say?
The guy who plays the brother was in Polytechnic.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
yeah.
Do you know what Polytechnic is? It's the movie he made right before this, and it's basically like his version of Elephant.
Oh, cool. All right, sure.
Because there's an incident that happened in Canada similar, but in a college instead of a high school.
Gotcha.
In the 80s actually, before.
Mhm.
Really? Yeah?
Yeah.
There's a scene in Polytechnic that is also in like Possessor. I really random.
Okay, I was like, that's a big leap. Yeah.
But I remember like seeing Possessor and I'm like, there was something in there where it's like, I remember seeing this somewhere, and then I found out it was
Yeah.
Polytechnic. So, and Brandon, I know he's not French Canadian, but he's Canadian, so he has to know who Denis Villeneuve
Something
is.
about the North, you know.
It would be interesting if like he got that from Polytechnic.
I guess I just mentioned some stuff that I admire about him too. That or like, that's the way you start out your career. You know, that's crazy. And then he graduated college and was kind of doing his thing. And then in his like mid to late 20s, he made 2 feature films. I think I've told you guys this, but I tried so hard to get my hands on these fucking DVDs, and all I could find are like, and I can't. I told you guys I had the Incendies DVD,
Yeah.
and I popped it in, and it's the fucking French Canadian DVD, so the
Yeah.
subtitles are in French too. There's no
Fuck.
English option.
What the fuck?
I was like, oh come on, I got punked. So now I'm not.
Was that the one from Zia?
Yes.
What?
Wow.
You be careful at the Zia foreign film section because they do shit like that
Okay.
in that one. Because they really
Pull
are
some shit.
They actually do put like the foreign DVDs. I wish they would have mentioned it to me, or they. I don't know how they
Like
would
some,
have,
like,
or
region three
unless
shit.
yeah. But what was I gonna say? Oh well, he made these 2 films, and he considers them like failures. He hates them, and so he buried them himself. And then he kind of went the corporate route and was like just making commercials and shit like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
for like 10 years, kind of mastering his craft. And then he came back with a 1-2 punch of Polytechnic, and then the next year or 2 years later he did Incendies. And then from there he's kind of been making a film like every year. After
Tight.
that, he did Enemy, then Prisoners,
Mhm.
then Sicario, then Blade Runner, and now Dune.
Oh, Prisoners was the Civil War type.
Prisoners,
Movie,
Hugh
right?
Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal. Abduction.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm thinking of.
Abduction.
I think maybe it was
Uh,
called Survive. It was on like Netflix, and it had Christian Bale.
Oh, Hostiles. That's an
Hostiles.
awesome
It's
fucking
some
movie.
weird
I don't know if you guys have heard of that one.
thing.
It's probably one of the
Yeah.
best like modern westerns.
Oh, is it
Oh,
really?
okay.
Um,
Because it seems like that would be his style too, with just the shots,
he has an interesting career
Oh,
because like
the environment.
yeah, it definitely like, formally does it feel of the same vein, but like I don't know. I'm at least intrigued why like he's doing so much like big budget sci-fi stuff, you know. At the same time, you know, he has a gift.
Mm-hmm.
What was I gonna say? Or it's interesting because like to me at least he sounds like how you would expect him to sound. Like he sounds like a French auteur, like an artist. And that's funny to me. I don't know. He's a cool guy to me. Thanks for watching, you guys.
Yeah, of course.
This reminds me of
Yeah.
Prisoners a little bit.
Definitely.
Or,
And that's the thing too. He definitely has like his stamp of you know,
Mhm.
style.
big story. Really nice cinematography.
This might have been the last movie that he wrote by himself. After this one, he either had a co-writer or
Just directed him.
yeah.
Yeah. But he made the movie after this, Enemy, has Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Oh, he
Mhm.
wrote that one. Oh no, but
So he might have like co-wrote it.
no, it's based on a short story.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, this one's based on a play.
And
Mm.
then Prisoners was like his probably like big mainstream
Yeah,
movie.
that was his first like Hollywood film.
Roger Deakins was the cinematographer,
Yeah.
and then they worked together.
They
a
did
lot.
oh, I forgot. In between Sicario and Blade Runner, he also did Arrival.
Oh,
yeah,
Arrival!
That's right.
Arrival this feel Arrival, Prisoners, and Incendies.
Imagine that streak too, you know. Just doing
Yeah.
those back to back.
His movies have very good like story payoffs.
Mhm.
Very yeah.
I was going to say, like, that feels very, like...
It's like his
That's
Blade.
like, yeah, for him, like, Blade Runner felt the same way for me.
Really?
Yeah, it
Okay.
did. Like, just
Okay.
like the story just, like, pays off, and it's like, I'm won over.
And I guess to me, at least as of now, it hasn't gotten old yet. Because like, there's certain people like, I think we've talked about this, like Ari Aster, who's kind of like the horror Wes Anderson, where like
Mm.
this third feature's gonna kind of prove if like if he's gonna just keep doing the same thing or not. I like what he does, but you know, you gotta challenge yourself.
Mhm.
And at least with Bienu, he seems to have a similar story arc. I guess I like it. I don't know.
Mm. Where's he from?
Who?
Ari Aster?
Like New York or something.
Oh,
is he
United
really?
States,
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
I made him as an example though. I mean,
Yeah.
there's-
His new movie has Joaquin Phoenix in it.
I'm excited for it. I'm
Yeah.
excited for it.
Disappointments Boulevard.
Yeah.
So that should be coming out within like the next 2 years or so. Then the
Have
new,
they started shooting it yet?
I think so. The
Oh,
new
really?
PTA movie.
They
Yeah.
say. I'm assuming it comes out next year, but people were saying that by the end of this year. I don't believe that though.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Bradley Cooper's in that one. Benny Safdie's in that one.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
gonna be
man.
cool.
You
Imagine-
gotta do the Paul Thomas
This
Anderson.
disappointment.
Imagine Benny Safdie and PTA together.
Oh my god.
They're huge PTA fans too.
Oh, I imagine.
Yeah.
There's on the A24 podcast. It's an interview. They interview each other, PTA and the Safdie brothers.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't know if you guys like the A24 podcast. It's pretty cool.
I need to check that
Me
out.
too. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about French Canadians.
Xavier Dolan.
Yeah, what's going on over there?
I don't know. We should probably go over there.
Yeah, for real.
And like even like, I still need to show you guys like all the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
like,
is
just,
that?
like, that's French.
Oh, okay.
It takes place in French, like the slums of French Canada. I don't know what's going on over there.
It's interesting too because like, and I think we've talked about this as well, but like, how like at least the French Canadian like film industry is, in part like government funded.
That's probably got. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's something with French Canada. I don't know what it is.
Isn't
Like,
that
the
just
fuck-
Canada?
Yeah, or well,
It is
technically all of Canada, but like
Heavier concentration. In,
it seems like I don't know anything from like the English speaking Canada that's really breaking waves the same way French Canada is.
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
I met a French Canadian who lived in Colorado. So he was all over the place. In Mexico. I met him in Mexico. So
Mexico.
yeah, he was cool. I still talk to him a little bit. We're supposed to FaceTime soon.
How often do you FaceTime?
People?
Yeah, because
Or-
like you FaceTimed your friend right now too.
Yeah.
I rarely FaceTime.
Yeah, me neither.
You FaceTime me when you got to my house,
Yeah,
too.
I always FaceTime.
What
him
the
when I
hell?
get to his house. Yeah, I don't call.
You just FaceTime mostly?
I don't know. It's on and off.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a feature that I'll use.
I kind of like it though. Like, if I was more successful as someone I had a meeting, I'm like, no, we're gonna FaceTime.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have you like eating lunch or whatever shit while I'm trying to like pitch you my idea. We're gonna fucking FaceTime so I know you're listening.
You're like pitching, or like he's pitching or whatever, and you're just like going through the filters.
I probably would do that though. If I was a producer, I would do that.
Yeah. I FaceTime Anthony when we were waiting for Elijah to join the FaceTime. And he and
Yeah.
I were just like going through all the different filters and shit. Like, oh, check this one out.
That is very fun.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do Instagram video instead. That's no FaceTime. Instagram
Dude,
video
fucking-
only.
Instagram filters make me feel old. They make me feel like I'm not like, cause I'm not into the filters, and like the youth is like all they do is like filters and shit. I'm like,
They see through filters. It's kind of
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
It's like, for me, just the filters always looked uncanny. And now I look at them and they're cringy, and I'm glad I never used them. Like
Yeah.
the dog emoji. or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snapchat thing.
Yeah.
Damn,
Mm.
I can't believe that was a thing. That was
Like
Yeah.
the
It's
an
one where
actual
the tongue
cultural
came out?
artifact.
Yeah, that was lame.
there's one that like change your face to look like a moose.
That's
I
kinda
remember that
funny.
one.
Yeah. I like the ones where it's like your face starts growing or some shit. It's
Yeah,
like,
those
I
are
like
cool.
I like.
Those are cool.
There's the one that turns into a baby.
yeah,
that one's funny.
Yeah, there's some funny ass ones.
Mm.
There's like some full-fledged animation filters. It's funny.
It's crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And these people are. What are they doing it for? You know, besides
I don't know.
making a filter.
Yeah.
I don't know how you make money off of it. What was I gonna say? You guys have anything else to say?
Dune.
Oh yeah, Dune. We should go.
Yeah,
we should
that's
go
gonna be
see it in
sick as fuck.
IMAX.
Oh, totally.
That, yeah.
When's the release date again?
October.
Soon.
Oh, wow.
soon
that's soon.
comes
That's soon,
Dune.
soon.
Are we paying for the IMAX tickets, or are we paying for the regular movie and then sneaking into IMAX?
That's up to you. Whatever you.
If we-
you- Oh wait, actually, we might have to buy tickets though, so we can, because like now
Yeah.
it's all reserved seating and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was about to say
Yeah.
I bought those New Balance sneakers because me and my old coworker, we joke about like stealing stuff, and the way to like steal stuff is look like as non-suspicious as possible. It's like wearing
Yeah.
like people wear New Balance sneakers are just like speakers. No, sneakers are like a different breed of human. Like you just, like,
Steve
look at them-
Jobs.
Yeah, Steve Jobs. Yeah. I don't know. I really, those shoes are dumb fuck comfy, dude.
Bro, people used to clown on me in high school for wearing New Balances.
Fuck them.
Started wearing Nikes.
Nah, put the
Now I
New
wear-
Balance.
now I
New
wear
Balance
foam
are
runners.
fucking tight.
The foam runners.
Yeah.
I'm warming up to them.
They're fucking awesome, bro. If I could afford it, I'd get you guys all a pair for Christmas.
Dude, that'd be
Doesn't he want to make
Phenomenal.
them $20?
Yeah, one day.
Are they $20 right now?
No. I
Damn.
mean, if you can buy it from the Yeezy Supply, they're $75, which is not a bad deal. But usually I get them on resale, which is like.
Can you like work out
quadruple.
in them?
Yeah.
Okay.
My
Dude.
friend Matt and I would go to the gym in them.
Okay.
If I had the money, Anthony, I'd buy you the outfit that Kanye West wore to the prison because I really like that outfit.
the Balenciaga
It's
one.
like the fucking. He's wearing the foam runners. But
Oh,
they're
in the
they're all
prison?
white. It's like like not white foam runners. They're like
They're
sli-
sand.
They're like sand. Yeah, they're sand. They're sand. And it's like a dark gray like sweater and like dark gray sweatpants. It's just like that just looks so clean. He looks so good.
He's a great designer.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah, that outfit was tight.
Anything more on Incendies?
What other Denis Villeneuve movies have you guys seen? Seen Enemy, right?
I've just seen Blade.
I've
Runner.
had Enemy spoiled for me.
Oh
by
yeah, you
Chris
guys
Stuck.
haven't seen Enemy.
Yeah, I've had it spoiled for me as well.
I've seen the ending though.
Okay, I hope that this movie like proves it. Like, doesn't matter if you know what's going on. It's an
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Prisoners. I've seen Prisoners like 2 or 3 times.
I really like
Prisoners is cool. Prisoners is creepy.
It really is.
That movie does kind of creep me out. I like Arrival. The first time I saw Arrival, you see it and you're like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Blade Runner yet. I haven't seen Sicario, and I've seen Polytechnique. So like 4 of his movies. This is probably, I probably like Prisoners the best, but this is up there with like Arrival. So, really, really good director.
I saw Blade Runner. I loved Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
I saw Sicario and I was like, this is slow and kind of boring.
Oof.
Would not watch that one again. And then I saw Arrival back probably in middle school with my family. And I remembered them teaching the aliens the alphabet.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything significant. So maybe I need to like rewatch it, see if there's a deeper meaning. Message
Okay.
than the alphabet.
That's my problem with Interstellar. That you have Christopher Nolan, this guy is doing it, and with the ending and this stupid shit, and you got Denis Villeneuve who has a similar aesthetic, and is doing similar things, but pulls it off. He actually delivers. You know, that's what it is. If someone's doing it, like if no one was doing it, then maybe I would be easier on Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
But if someone is actually executing on it,
Yeah.
that's
And
what it is.
Christopher Nolan's pulled it off before.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
The Prestige, Inception, fucking Memento,
Everything up to Interstellar. I mean, in The Dark Knight Rises.
The Dark Knight, even like. Then it's like, yeah, he hit like 2013 or something.
He hit that
Something
2010
weird.
slump.
Yeah.
2020s, he's back. Let's
But
see.
Dunkirk and Tenet, I'd say are like I really like Interstellar, but Dunkirk is like things are doing good.
Yeah.
Things are doing. Dunkirk is probably like his most grounded movie too.
Mhm.
It's like based on real life, so. I remember seeing Dunkirk in theaters, and when I like
Me
heard the
too.
sound of like the planes, it like gave me like some shivers.
He really is like a master craftsman, you know.
Oh yeah. That movie's pretty incredible. So.
What would you guys rate Ensemble?
I would rate it. I was just thinking about this. I'd probably give it like an 8.65, maybe an 8.7.
Okay. It's like a 3rd degree burn.
What would you guys give it?
Like an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
I gave all of them an 8 out of 10. But like reasonably, I think it's justifiable. For
Yeah.
all of them.
I think I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh.
Like I
Damn,
thought it
what the
was
fuck?
really good.
What the fuck?
But I don't know why I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. Maybe it's just because of the taste it put in my mouth. Twist where I'm like, oh no.
No.
Oh.
No.
Who said that? Was it you?
No.
But yeah, very good. Very good. I would watch it again just to see that AK with the canary on it. I love that shot. And they showed it again. Like he knew what he was doing with that shot.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, really good. And it's probably good to watch if you're not in the Middle East, from the Middle East, so that you.
Yeah, that'd be painful, I imagine.
Yeah.
To make yourself know the horrors of like outside the first world. The true ones, sitting on a bus, and then having it being blown up.
Fucking
Yeah.
hijacked.
Just
and then-
because you don't have a cross.
That scene reminded me of
Little thing.
the one scene straight out of Compton when on the bus and the
Yeah.
gangsters come on the bus.
Willie's just trying to.
We should do a music biopic.
That'd be sick.
That would
maybe,
be.
I don't know. It depends on
I
the
mean-
music biopic.
Nah, you can pick whatever. You
That's
know?
what I'm saying. Yeah, like we.
I haven't seen
Bohemian.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
I don't know if I'd want to. I don't even think I'd want to.
You wouldn't watch it.
I don't know if I'd watch it. Yeah.
I saw it. I thought it was okay. It was good. It made
Damn,
me listen
Yeah,
to
you're a
more
Queen fan.
songs.
We're all Queen fans here,
Yeah.
you know. I think that like there really is like this like Queen effect that people have with this movie, where like
Mhm.
they really like the music and they forget how shitty that fucking movie is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really only know like the one editing scene where they just
It's more
like
than
decide
that.
they're gonna
It's
cut
so much
everywhere.
more than
There's
that.
so many.
Yeah.
There's like just even like things like the teeth. Like there's choices that are like, why?
Fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then doesn't Rami Malek also win like best actor for it?
Yeah.
What the
He
fuck?
gives a great performance. But that's the thing. Like these choices, like having this teeth, it gets in the way of the performance. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Oscar bait movie.
Also, too. Sorry. One last thing about that thing is like the whole movie is just a series of like, this is how this hit was created. This is how this
Yeah,
hit was
it's so
created.
fucking
Oh my
annoying,
God.
So
dude.
there's no actual story.
No.
It's like a compilation of like, you know, like the YouTube like behind the scenes. This is what happened. But the thing is, it's not even real.
Yeah, it's not even like
not
showing
even
what
real.
actually happened. It's just like a goofy, just like this is.
Like there's this one part where they're having an argument and like it's Freddie Mercury and I think it's like the drummer.
Okay.
And then like the way the argument is resolved is the bass player comes like, "Hey guys, I just made a new lick," and then it's
Yeah,
it's under pressure, and you're like,
Does the movie have any like greater purpose for being called Bohemian Rhapsody?
No.
So it's just the name because like that's their
Yeah,
most
it's a
popular
song,
fucking
yeah.
song. That's so fucking stupid.
Or even just like, there's parts where they're interviewing him, and it's like a compilation of all the different interview questions that
Oh
they
my
ask him.
god.
Oh, I think I remember that.
Do we
Yeah.
see him get AIDS?
Like getting fucked. No.
Or like being like
I don't know if you
like
guys-
skinny Freddie Mercury.
Not.
no, oh no, because the
little.
movie ends with him like finding out he has AIDS and you know it's about to get serious, and then right when that happens, he's like, "All right, time to go on stage," and it's a Live Aid performance,
Yeah.
and that's how the movie ends.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it for you.
No, I don't. He dies.
Yeah.
They played at
Um,
Live Aid.
Yeah.
Damn.
What was I gonna say?
I like that. I like Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, I don't know who doesn't, but like you hear that shit on the radio so many times,
Yeah, I agree.
and like you ask someone, "What's your favorite Queen song?" and they're like, or like they got a Queen shirt on, so you ask them, "What's your favorite Queen song?" Like, you know, I really like Bohemian Rhapsody, and it's like, shut the fuck.
I feel like
Yeah.
a more a better question would be like what are your top 5 Queen songs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like actually they know.
We went to First Friday the other day, and I was wearing a Velvet Underground shirt, and we went up to like get fries at this one concession, and there was like an old dude there, and he's like, "I really like your shirt." I'm like, "Oh, cool! Like you like the Velvet Underground?" He's like, "Yeah," and I asked like, "What's your favorite song?" He's like, and he didn't say anything,
Wow.
and it's like, damn. I wanted to know. I genuinely wanted to know. Like, even if he said a song I didn't know, that'd be better than just like being like, "Oh, I don't know." Whatever. It's like when people wear Nirvana shirts too.
Yeah.
Fucking pisses me off. That really pisses me off, especially the one with the smiley face.
Yeah.
People just wear that shirt because they find it at fucking Target, probably. They don't know what it means. And then, like, this lady came into Burke's one time, and she pulls the fucking, like, Smells Like Teen Spirit's her favorite Nirvana song, and it's like, oh my god.
Nobody walk
Fuck
around with
off.
an Ensemble shirt. I'm running up on you.
Yeah, what's your favorite Ensemble song?
Oh, I didn't. Well, I'm gonna give this one part of my new rating system, which I haven't really coined yet, but I feel like it fits for this one, and I give this an exemplary master. If you're trying to make a movie like this is what you.
Oh, I
this is
think
which we rate you
I think I
against.
get the style.
Okay. That was a good that was...
Yeah.
We had some good ones.
This is a movie that I'd probably, if I were to watch it again, it'd be like, just to like analyze the story, and, like
Mhm.
analyze like the history of like
It'd
the
be
beats.
good. It'd be good to write the beat
The
sheet
beats,
after
yeah,
this.
the beat sheet would be interesting to write out.
This would also be a good movie to like show someone for like this movie has a good story.
Yeah. Or even like, because
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
the structure of it seems a little bit, like it's 3-act structure, but it feels like the beats are like shifted a little bit.
It's a little strange too
Mhm.
because like they're jumping in time.
That as well, yeah, yeah.
So
I was going to tell you this would be a good one to look at for like, if you still wanted to do Max and Rock.
yeah,
'Cause, like,
yeah.
there's the
That's a good
flashbacks, it works
point.
pretty
That's a
well
good
here.
point. Yeah, thanks, Anthony.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Film fans, film is alive.
Fucking Clarence. He's like, the word is alive.
Oh yeah.
Words are living.
Words are living.
All
right,
So
time for-
how do we want to do the recommendations?
Oh, so are we going to do the Harmony Korine episode for 20?
Do we want to do a Harmony Korine episode?
We've been waiting.
Yeah,
We
man,
haven't.
I'm-
I know you
I'm
want-
totally like down. I'm
Okay.
100, like 110%
Okay.
down to do Harmony Korine episode.
So every 10 episodes, we do a director episode.
Oh.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
I'm
okay,
calling
okay.
dibs now on 30 for PTA, but it's up
All right,
it's
all right,
open
that's
for
fine, that's fine.
discussion.
No, I don't think Elijah's
For
gonna have
40, we'll do Tarkovsky.
All right, wait. Yeah.
All right, for 90.
If we like start timing out, it'll be like 50. But
That's like 3 years from now
Yeah.
too.
We're almost at a year.
yeah,
We are
yeah.
almost at a year.
Like, when did we
And we
start?
haven't really skipped. I know we like missed like one here or there in the summer, but we haven't really skipped too many.
No,
We started in November.
dude, we've done them like pretty.
Yeah, we've been good on it. We've been on top of it.
Woo!
So we want to
Fuck yeah.
keep the schedule going the way it is.
Yeah, dude, it's
Okay.
been working.
So Harmony Korine. So
So Harmony Korine has like.
an interesting.
It's not like so Vincent
filmography.
Gallo is easy because he had 2 movies. Harmony Korine has like not a lot, but he still has like I think like less than 10, like 8 or 9, like somewhere between like 7 or 9. Actually, let me see. So he's got.
Are we gonna watch all of them or just?
So I was
Um,
gonna talk to you guys about that. So, Kids he technically didn't direct. He just wrote that. Same with like Ken Park. So he just wrote that. So excluding those, he did Gummo, Julien Donkey Boy, Mr. Lonely, Spring Breakers,
Trash Humpers
Trash Humpers,
and The Beach Bum.
and The Beach Bum. Yeah. So that's 6 that he like directed and wrote. So I don't know if you guys.
I would
wanna-
count the other 2 also.
All right. So Kids and
8.
Kids and Ken
8
Park.
and
So 8. So do you guys want to see all of them?
I kind of do, but I'm nervous.
I don't. I don't know if I'll have enough time to like properly.
fair.
Yeah, we might need an extra week.
I'm cool.
I think if you guys want to do like an extra week or 2.
Or what if
We just each pick one.
we broke it down?
To like a 2-parter.
Yeah, but I mean, up to you guys. Like we did.
That's true, no,
A
that's
week,
true,
a
'cause there's-
weekly thing. Like we did one next week and the week after.
I would be opposed to that.
so that we'd have enough time. Also, too, because like if we did end up doing the whole filmography,
Mhm.
that's a 6-hour podcast.
Yeah, I
right
was about
there.
to say like, it's a long one. It would definitely have to be like
Let's
multiple
see.
part.
If I don't, or actually that probably could work. So we each recommend one for this week, and then should we just go like in order then?
That,
Probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that actually.
What the fuck? Sorry. They
Or
changed
we
my
could
password.
do. We could do.
Reverse order.
We could.
That's interesting too.
We could do 4 episodes for each one. Like like this one is 4 episodes, or like 4 movies for each one, and then it'll just be like 2 episodes.
Okay.
We could do like that.
I don't work next Sunday,
Oh, okay.
so I'm cool with doing like watching 3 of them this week. Cause there's also a Google Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
I'll have to send you guys that.
I know like I want to talk about kids for sure.
Yeah, kids is.
I just want to
Long-
see kids
long,
again.
Long time coming. Kids.
And I haven't seen Gummo or Julien Donkey Boy, and
Spring break. Spring break.
so okay, how do we want to do it then?
I was thinking about doing like 4 because it's 8, so then we could do
Okay.
2 episodes.
Okay.
Do you guys want to do them like week back to back, or do you want to like wait 2 weeks and then do 2 weeks back to back?
I'd prefer it back to back, just so
Mhm.
we can keep on moving.
Yeah.
Okay. So one next week, and then the 1 week. So we'll have 2 weeks in a row, and then we'll go back to.
Mhm.
Okay.
By
Sounds
week.
good. So
That'll
there'll
be
be a episode 20 part 1 and episode 20 part 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. So do you guys want to do the first 4 and then the last 4?
Yeah, sure. So that'll be, Kids, Gummo, Julien Donkey Boy,
And Ken Park.
and Ken Park. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I hear that one's good.
No.
Those are 2 Larry Clark movies too.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
All right. Cool.
I've been wanting to watch, or no, Spring Breakers has been on my mind since 3rd grade.
Whoa.
That's a fucking awesome movie.
I
bro.
had a friend who really loved Selena Gomez, and I think she's in that movie. Right?
She
She
absolutely
is.
is, yeah.
Yes.
And I think
And Vanessa Hudgens.
he would just watch the little Netflix trailer of it. And I forgot what the fascination was. Maybe she like strips. or
The whole
something.
the whole movie, their wardrobe is just bikinis.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's what would excite a third grader. So I guess maybe that's why he wanted to watch
I'm
it
more
so
of a fan
bad.
of Charlie the Clown when I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, John,
Yeah.
for being on the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank
Anything you
for
want to
having
plug?
me.
Or you said your Instagram?
I said my Instagram.
You did. You sure did.
I don't think any has
Hmm.
have people watched this far.
Last
I
time
don't know
we
if
had
the
like
It's for
Two
it's
pe-
for
two
posterity's
people.
sake, you know.
Prosperity states.
But more people see it on YouTube.
Mhm.
And more people see it there.
Well, my YouTube channel is just Cherry with a W again, like the
All right, for sure.
Instagram.
I'll,
But
link, I'll link it too. I linked to Joseph's Instagram.
Where's some place you like to hang around? Just
in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Casa Verde.
Casa Verde is one of the best ways to spend $5.
Yeah,
For real.
And then you buy a $5 joint there, then you're having a good time. But for me, it's always the Blue Diamond Pizzeria, Cottonwood Station.
Damn.
that place. Was
Great
I'll have to check that
view.
place out.
Dave's Hot Chicken, all the way from LA.
He starts lifting
Fox
us
Hill Park.
restaurants.
Yeah.
Canes.
Wait,
Fo-
what?
Fox Hill.
Oh, Fox Hill Park. Yeah, I like to go there and just talk to the kids I meet. Met some high schoolers yesterday who make music and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And they were working out at the park. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
tight.
cool shit. And they asked me for weed, and I was like, nah, I smoked just a little bit at the party. I think that's about it. Those are the places I like to take my friends. Those are the places I like
Gotcha.
to eat.
Oh, you like the sunglasses, Elijah?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are Kate's, yeah.
Oh.
No, it's fine. No, you can wear them.
Let me see.
Let me see. You're looking like fresh out the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morpheus.
Yeah, Morpheus, yeah. All right, I think that'll do it for this episode. Again, John, thank you for being on.
Thank you
Tune
for
for
having me.
so Screen Tongue 20 is gonna be the Harmony Korine Part 1 episode. That'll be fun. Ken Park is gonna be a good one to end it on. And yeah, that's it. That's it.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
turn it off right now.
Peace out, film fans.
Goodbye, goodbye.
This is bad country.